Costco just quietly restocked and changed its shelves without telling anyone. Some products even sold out completely just a few hours after hitting the shelves, but there is some Kirkland-branded product that I personally have to advise you to leave right there on the counter. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Kirkland Single Origin Extra Virgin. There is one number I want you to remember before buying any bottle of olive oil. 85%. According to food industry reports, that is the percentage of olive oil on the market today that is adulterated or fake. You pay for extra virgin, but actually receive oil that has been mixed with cheap oils, losing almost all of its nutrients and flavor. The new Kirkland Signature Single Origin olive oil that hit the shelves this week is different. Sourced from Spain, it comes in a dark glass bottle, which preserves the quality significantly better than a clear plastic bottle. Most importantly, it carries the PDO certification on the label, meaning it is an authentic, unblended product controlled from the growing region to the pressing process. The oil has a beautiful golden hue and a rich natural aroma, making it excellent for both dressing salads and cooking. At $16.99 for a 1-liter bottle, it sounds a bit higher than regular olive oil, but compared to brands with the same PDO standard at Whole Foods, the price there is easily double. On shopping forums, this bottle consistently receives 4.8 out of 5 stars and is frequently compared to much more expensive premium brands. This is easily one of the most noteworthy new products on Costco shelves right now. This is just the beginning because the next product is selling out so fast that many warehouses have empty shelves by the afternoon. And once you know the reason, you'll understand why. 2. Alaskan Salmon with Lemon Dill Butter Tavern Tray. This product has appeared in the fresh deli section and is selling out very quickly. Many warehouses end up with empty shelves right after the evening rush hour. Priced at $14.99 per pound, each tray ranges from about $25 to $32 depending on the weight. This is wild-caught salmon from the waters of Alaska, not farm-raised salmon. The difference is very clear. Farm-raised fish are often loosely fatty due to commercial feed, whereas wild salmon has firm meat fibers, a deeper reddish-orange color, and is significantly richer in omega-3s. The best part is that Costco chefs have already pre-placed herb butter medallions mixed with lemon and dill on top of the fish portions. You just bring the whole tray home, pop it into the oven for 20 minutes, and dinner is done. No seasoning preparation needed, and no fish cooking experience required. The lemon butter sauce helps the fish retain its moisture while baking and completely eliminates any fishy odor, which is what many people dread most when cooking fish at home. If you see this tray in the deli section, you should grab it right away because fresh items like this wait for no one. 3. Truly grass-fed, unsalted Irish butter. When it comes to Irish butter, most people immediately think of Kerrygold. But the truly grass-fed butter line that hit Costco shelves this week is forcing many people to reconsider. At $10.49 for a 4-stick box, it is about $2 cheaper per box than Kerrygold, yet the quality is highly comparable. The cows are naturally pasture-raised 95% of the year, and for the remaining time, they are fed a non-GMO verified grain diet. The naturally rich golden color of the butter is a sign that it is rich in vitamin A and omega-3s, not from artificial coloring. Anyone who regularly bakes or pan-sears will instantly recognize the pliable texture and highly premium aroma of this butter. On culinary forums, users consistently comment that truly grass-fed does not lag behind Kerrygold at all in terms of flavor, yet the price point at Costco is significantly more pleasant. If you are already buying Kerrygold, try switching to this line once to compare. 4. Kinder's Organic Gold Label Marinade Set. Kinder's is a household name that guarantees BBQ flavor in America, and this 3-pack gold label combo just hit Costco shelves right in time for the grilling season. It is $13.99 for all 3 large bottles, featuring hot honey glaze, Founder's Reserve, and sweet chili garlic flavors. The entire combo is USDA organic certified, containing no high fructose corn syrup or synthetic preservatives like cheap commercial sauces often do. The manufacturer used real honey, organic garlic, and organic chili peppers to create a natural thickness and clean sweet flavor. This is a limited edition, so once it runs out, it will not be restocked. As soon as this set hit the shelves, food channels shared numerous ways to marinate meat with this sauce line, and the product quickly made it into the top best-selling seasonings of the month. If you grill BBQ regularly throughout the summer, finding a comparable deal for 3 high-quality organic sauce bottles at $13.99 is incredibly difficult anywhere else. 5. Amalu Organic Chicken Burgers. Amalu has just released an organic chicken burger line that anyone on a heart-healthy diet should keep an eye on. It comes at an extremely reasonable price point of just $14.79 for an 8-count pack, breaking down to less than $1.85 per organic burger patty. Amalu uses clean, antibiotic-free chicken with no starch fillers and seasonings entirely from natural onions, garlic, bell peppers, and black pepper, resulting in high protein but very low calories. What many people worry about when switching from beef burgers to chicken is that the meat will dry out during grilling, but Amalu retains its moisture exceptionally well, even though it is breast meat. You can pan-sear or grill them on a grate with delicious results, and they cook very quickly straight from the freezer without needing to defrost beforehand. On organic food review sites, this burger line scores near-perfect ratings. At under $2 per patty for such high-quality organic burgers, this is a new product well worth trying if you want to eat lighter this summer while staying fully nourished. And the next product line will completely change the way you think about frozen pizza. 6. Antico Casa Frozen Pizza. Finding a frozen pizza at a major supermarket that is both delicious and healthy has never been an easy task. However, this direct import from Italy shatters that stereotype. While most frozen pizzas on the market are packed with sodium, commercial cheese, and soggy crusts, Antico Casa is imported directly from Italy. And when I read the ingredient list, I was truly surprised. The ingredients are minimalist and can be counted on one hand. Premium Italian flour that has not been sprayed with glyphosate like many other commercial flours, combined with extra virgin olive oil, natural tomato sauce, and authentic mozzarella cheese. The dough is long fermented and wood-fired before being flash frozen, so when you bake it at home, the crust puffs up, gets lightly charred, and turns perfectly crispy instead of becoming soggy like traditional frozen pizzas. At a price point of $18.99 for 2 large pizzas, it breaks down to less than $10 each. Many families have shared that this is the only frozen pizza that does not leave them feeling bloated or thirsty after eating, thanks to very well-controlled sodium levels. If you have ever been disappointed by frozen pizza and given up on it entirely, Antico Casa is well worth giving another chance. 7. Sonoma Blue Marble Jack Sliced Cheese. This is a cheese that I have never seen at Costco before, and once I tried it, I immediately understood why it is being highly sought after on the Costco app this week. Sonoma Blue Marble Jack combines rich, easily meltable Monterey Jack with a touch of blue cheese, just enough to give it character without being overpowering. The blue-gray veins in the cheese come entirely from a natural aging process, with no artificial coloring and no plant-based preservatives. It is a 32-ounce pouch of pre-sliced cheese for $9.99. You can use it to elevate a grilled beef patty, layer it onto burgers, or pair it with wine. All work beautifully. Seniors especially love it because the blue cheese flavor has been perfectly toned down, making it interesting without being harsh. If you are only used to eating cheddar or Swiss, Sonoma Blue Marble Jack is a very pleasant transition to try a cheese with more personality without worrying about it being too strong. 8. Roomy Chicken Bone Broth. No one wants to simmer chicken bones for hours in the middle of the summer heat, but skipping bone broth is a pity, because it is an excellent source of collagen and amino acids for your joints and skin. Roomy solves that problem with an organic, cold-pressed chicken bone broth carton that is ready to use. It is only $11.49 for a 4-pack case. The product comes from free-range chicken raised with no antibiotics, and the bones are slow-simmered with organic apple cider vinegar to fully extract the collagen and nutrients. Completely free of additives and preservatives, and with the sodium levels kept low, this is a rare find among traditional boxed broths, since most are excessively salty. Clean Eating magazine ranked this line among the boxed broths with the highest authenticity of the year. You just need to reheat it and add a little green onion to have a light, refreshing bowl of soup before your meal. 9. Lesser Evil Veggie Straws. Lesser Evil is a clean snack brand that has been famous for a long time, and their avocado oil veggie straws just appeared on Costco shelves this week at $6.39 for a giant family-size bag. The snacks are made from yellow peas, brown rice, and organic cassava. But what makes this line stand out completely is that the entire frying process uses pure avocado oil instead of commercial seed oils. As a result, when you eat them, you can feel a very pleasant, naturally crunchy and airy texture without that greasy feeling or a harsh aftertaste in your throat afterward. The sea salt flavor is perfectly balanced, savory enough to satisfy snack cravings without being overly salty. The ingredient list is also very clean, containing 0 trans fats and no added sugar, so you can have complete peace of mind letting young kids eat them or munching on them yourself while watching movies on weekend nights. On parenting forums, this snack bag is rated nearly 5 stars thanks to its transparent ingredient quality and very natural buttery aroma. At $6.39 for a bag large enough for the whole family to share, this is a very pleasant price point for an organic snack product where you can truly trust the ingredient list on the packaging. Finding clean snacks is already hard, but finding a clean, refreshing beverage is even harder. However, the next new product has 0 grams of sugar while still keeping you alert all afternoon. 10. Yerba Madre Organic Herbal Tea. Summer refreshing drinks are often the biggest sugar traps on supermarket shelves, and finding one that is both cooling and keeps you alert without being packed with sugar is truly not easy. Yerba Madre just hit Costco shelves this week and is currently creating a massive trend in the market. This is an organic yerba mate tea line from South America, with each can containing 150 milligrams of caffeine sourced entirely from natural plants. It helps keep the body sustainably alert throughout the afternoon without causing a racing heart or jitters like strong coffee or commercial energy drinks do. And here is the part that I think many people will care about most. 0 grams of added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and a completely natural, refreshing taste from organic berry or peach flavors. The price point is $28.99 for a 12-can case, which breaks down to about $2.40 per can. The ultra-short ingredient list and minimalist can design are consistently landing this tea line on the bestseller list in the healthy beverage category. 11. Forager Project Organic Cashew Milk. Frozen dessert bars. If you want to eat ice cream to cool off in the summer but dread feeling bloated and experiencing indigestion from dairy, finding a frozen treat that is both delicious and light on the stomach is highly valuable. Forager Project solves that problem with a line of ice cream bars made from organic, cold-pressed cashew milk, coated in a rich dark chocolate shell. It melts smoothly in your mouth thanks to the natural fats from cashews without needing commercial thickeners like carrageenan, which can easily irritate the intestinal tract. Each bar contains only about 7 grams of natural sugar from organic agave, satisfying sweet cravings without causing a sudden blood sugar spike. It is priced at just $10.99 for a 6-count box, breaking down to about $1.83 per bar. While that sounds more expensive than regular ice cream, this is a dairy-free organic treat with a completely clean ingredient list. Outside of Costco, you could easily pay $13 to $15 for the exact same box at Whole Foods. On Reddit, many people are quietly telling each other to hunt down this item, and some warehouses have even had to limit the purchase quantity per member to prevent hoarding. The next product is for anyone who needs to manage their blood sugar but still wants to eat pasta, and this Italian brand uses only 2 ingredients. 12. Jovial Organic Brown Rice Pasta. Jovial is a famous Italian pasta brand, and they have officially brought their gluten-free brown rice pasta line into the Costco system in an ultra-saving size. $9.79 for a large bag containing 3 smaller individual packs inside. For anyone who needs to control their blood sugar or is staying away from gluten, this is highly welcoming news because Jovial has previously only been sold at specialized health food stores at a significantly higher price. The pasta is crafted with only 2 ingredients: organic brown rice flour and pure spring water. It's that simple, yet the results are highly impressive. After boiling, the pasta strands still maintain a perfect al dente texture instead of becoming mushy or sticking together like traditional rice noodles, and the surface of the pasta holds sauce exceptionally well, soaking up the flavor of any sauce it is paired with. Whole grain brown rice fully retains its fiber and B vitamins, helping the body stay full longer and maintain more stable energy compared to regular white pasta. This pasta line consistently wins titles at the Gluten-Free Awards and is highly recommended by nutritionists for people who need to manage their glycemic index. 13. MIU Veggie Chopper and Mandolin Slicer. Summer is the season for salads, grilled vegetables, and hot pots. But nobody wants to stand around meticulously dicing or shredding onions in a hot kitchen, especially when preparing food for a large family. This 11-piece kitchen gadget set from MIU helps process pounds of vegetables like onions, bell peppers, zucchini, or potatoes in just a few presses, making it up to 5 times faster than traditional hand chopping. The sharp stainless steel blades pair with a thick, BPA-free plastic container, and all parts are detachable and top-rack dishwasher safe, making cleanup quick and easy after use. At $24.99 for a set fully loaded with accessories, it might not sound cheap, but considering how often you'll use it, this investment pays for itself very quickly just by the amount of time saved every time you step into the kitchen. On the Costco website, the product has garnered thousands of 5-star reviews from busy homemakers, with the most praised feature being how easily it cleans up. Cleanup is usually the biggest deterrent when buying choppers. People buy them, use them once or twice, and then hide them in the back of the cabinet because they hate washing them. That won't happen with the MIU set since everything can go right into the dishwasher. But there is one more household product that I think every family needs. And this happens to be the only markdown deal in today's video. 14. Zevo Insect Trap. As the weather warms up, fruit flies, mosquitoes, and gnats start invading the kitchen, and most people's reflex is to reach for a chemical spray or bug zappers. However, spraying chemicals around your cooking area is a major concern, especially for households with young kids or pets. Zevo takes a completely different approach. Their trapping system utilizes blue light and UV technology to attract insects naturally, then locks them down with an ultra-sticky adhesive pad hidden in the back. It is completely odorless, chemical-free, and ready to use just by plugging it in. The device runs completely silent, so leaving it on overnight in the kitchen or bedroom won't disturb you at all. The price is currently $6 off, bringing it down to just $29.99 for a starter kit that includes 2 plug-in bases and 4 replacement backing pads. If you want to keep your kitchen and living space free of pests without forcing your family to inhale chemicals every day, this is a solution well worth considering. However, not every new arrival today is worth your money. I just walked past one product that you need to avoid at all costs. 15. Skittles Gummies Variety Pack. When walking past the main aisle in the warehouse this week, I noticed Costco is displaying a ton of Skittles Gummies pallets right in the center, a spot you can gridlock through without almost impossible not to notice. The packaging is incredibly eye-catching, with natural fruit flavors printed in huge letters. At first glance, anyone would think this is a safe, sweet treat to buy for the family, especially during the summer when kids constantly beg for candy. But before you toss this box into your cart, I highly advise you to flip the packaging over and read the ingredient list on the back. Topping the ingredient list are high fructose corn syrup and low-quality gelatin, 2 things that anyone conscious about their health wants to steer clear of. But what genuinely concerns me even more is the long list of artificial food dyes in the ingredients, such as red 40 and yellow 5. These are petroleum-derived synthetic substances, and multiple medical studies in Europe have warned that they can potentially cause inattention and hyperactivity in young children, while also posing allergy risks for seniors. Honestly, that natural fruit flavors claim on the front is nothing more than a marketing gimmick to make you ignore the back of the candy bag. If your family needs sweet treats to beat the summer heat, in my opinion, you should walk straight to the produce section and pick up some pre-cut fresh fruit platters or unsweetened dried fruit. They are significantly safer, many times more nutritious, and the price isn't much more expensive anyway. But today's final product brings the biggest plot twist of all, because it carries Costco's very own Kirkland brand, yet I still have to warn you to stay away. 16. Kirkland Signature Quick Lunch Beef Stew. This is the name that shocked me the most, because it carries the Kirkland Signature brand, Costco's private label, where the vast majority of products are highly reliable and well worth buying. But for this specific item, I have to tell you straight up that you should hard pass on it. The packaging features a very catchy claim, made with premium grass-fed beef. Hearing that puts anyone's mind at ease, because in recent years, grass-fed has become almost synonymous with high quality in consumers' minds. However, when I flipped it over to read the nutrition facts label, the story behind that beautiful label was nothing like advertised. A single small container of under 300 grams already accounts for a whopping 52% of your daily recommended sodium intake. Just picture it. Having this stew for a quick lunch means you are packing in over half the amount of salt your body should receive in a 24-hour period. For anyone with a history of high blood pressure or those who have to monitor their heart health, that level of sodium is highly alarming. Furthermore, to keep the broth thick and hearty after commercial processing, the manufacturer pumped in a massive amount of modified cornstarch and maltodextrin. This causes your body to absorb it very quickly without delivering any real nutrients, leaving you feeling bloated with indigestion and fluctuating blood sugar levels. As for the rich, savory sweetness of the broth that you taste, it is actually the result of yeast extract and hydrolyzed soy protein. On healthy consumer forums, this product is facing a pretty heavy wave of backlash for abusing the grass-fed label to mask its ultra-processed nature. Costco changes its shelves constantly without any announcements, so if you don't keep track, it's incredibly easy to miss out on great products, or worse, bring home harmful items without even knowing it. I will continue to check the shelves every single week and point out exactly which names are worth your money and which ones you need to avoid. Costco just dropped a bunch of new arrivals for the season, and I've scouted out a lineup of incredibly practical, absolute must-haves that are priced so low they're predicted to sell out within the next few days. However, don't rush your cart to the checkout lane just yet, because there's a good chance your cart already contains some products that aren't worth buying. And buying just one wrong item means you're literally throwing your money out the window. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Clever Made Rolling Tote. If you've ever heard of the Hulkin bag, that rolling tote with wheels that's been going crazy viral for $110, Clever Made at Costco this week is the answer, coming in at just $20.99. That's over $89 in savings compared to the Hulkin for a bag that does the exact same job. The heavy-duty woven material of the Clever Made can handle up to 75 pounds without losing its shape, a weight capacity that most standard rolling totes in this price range simply can't match. The 360-degree swivel wheels allow for smooth directional changes without having to lift the bag, which is especially useful when it's fully loaded and heavy. The secure zipper closure keeps all your belongings locked in, so you don't have to worry about things spilling out along the way, even when moving over rough surfaces. At a price point of $20.99, you could totally buy 2 of these and your total cost would still be lower than a single Hulkin bag. There's a minor detail that Igloo quietly changed on this year's cooler line, and frequent campers will understand right away why it's so important. 2. Igloo Cooler. Igloo just upgraded its specialized cooler line for this year's travel season with larger wheels. These aren't those flimsy suitcase-style plastic wheels. We're talking thick, large-diameter rubber wheels that can traverse beach sand, park grass, and even rugged dirt roads while camping without getting stuck or tipping over. Anyone who has ever struggled to haul a heavy cooler across wet grass will instantly appreciate the value of this seemingly small detail. When it comes to ice retention, Igloo claims it keeps ice frozen for up to 5 days under real-world conditions, not just in a lab setting. For weekend camping trips or all-day backyard barbecues, that number is more than enough to keep you from running out to buy more ice midway through or ending the party earlier than planned. Specialty outdoor gear stores are selling equivalent models for around $115. Costco is holding the price at $79.99, which means an instant savings of about $30 without having to wait for a sale. For families who frequently host outdoor activities in the summer, this is the smartest time of the year to buy before summer inventory starts thinning out toward the end of the season. 3. Mohawk Home Doormat. Most doormats sold at home decor chains end up with the same fate. They look fine for the first few months, then the edges start to curl, the colors fade, or they gradually rot away after a few seasons of rain and sun. Mohawk Home uses solid molded recycled rubber, not thin pressed rubber or just a surface coating. So intense sunlight won't warp it, rainstorms won't crack it, and the embossed pattern retains its color even after years on the porch. The deep groove design on the matte surface traps mud, dirt, and sand way more effectively than standard fiber mats. This is especially helpful on rainy days when everyone comes inside carrying dirt and sand from the yard. More importantly, cleaning it is incredibly simple. Just spray it directly with a hose and you're done. No machine washing required, and no waiting around all day for it to air dry before using it again. At chains like HomeGoods or Bed Bath & Beyond, Equivalent molded rubber lines usually start at $35 and up. Costco is selling it for $18.99 for an embossed version that mimics natural stone, which looks quite upscale for the price point. For families with young kids or pets constantly running in and out, this is the kind of small investment that pays off for years without you ever having to think about replacing it. There is one item on the shelves this week that I saw at least a dozen people put in their carts this morning, and I wanted to pull them back before they hit the registers. 4. Gourmet Edge Blender. At first glance, this battery-powered handheld blender has everything going for it to look appealing on a summer afternoon. It's compact, cordless, modern-looking, and $34.99 isn't exactly an amount that makes you hesitate. The problem lies in the fact that the battery power isn't strong enough to blend ice cubes and frozen fruit. The exact two things that anyone buying a summer blender actually needs. Blending ripe bananas or fresh strawberries is fine. But the moment you toss in a few ice cubes or frozen fruit, the machine visibly begins to struggle, leaving unblended chunks of ice at the bottom of the cup. As a result, you get a smoothie filled with gritty ice chips instead of the smooth and silky texture you expected. And that's an experience nobody wants to repeat after the first time. With $34.99, you are paying for convenience in theory rather than in practice. By adding just $15 to $20 more, you could get a small corded blender that does everything this one can't, lasts for years instead of just a few seasons, and won't leave a half-finished cup of smoothie sitting on your kitchen counter every morning. 5. Rapid Off Fire Blanket. The 2-pack combo of Rapid Off Fire Blankets that just hit Costco shelves this week is one of the cheapest investments you can make to protect your home. Heat-resistant up to 1,076 degrees Fahrenheit, the 40 by 40 inch size is wide enough to handle both oil pan fires and backyard grills. The quick reflex pull strap hanging pouch design means you just need to pull hard on the 2 tabs, and the blanket opens up instantly, allowing you to throw it directly over the fire without wasting a single second. Meanwhile, a mini fire extinguisher at Home Depot runs about $25 to $30, and after you use it, chemical powder gets blasted all over the kitchen, meaning that once the fire is out, you have another massive mess to clean up. Rapid Off leaves nothing behind except an extinguished fire. At $12.99 for a 2-pack, which is less than $7 a piece, you have enough to put one right in the kitchen and one next to the backyard grill, the 2 spots where the risk of a fire flare-up is highest during summer family gatherings. 6. Cuisinart 4-in-1 Cutting Board and Tray. Every time you grill in the backyard, it's a whole process of gathering things from the kitchen to take outside. The cutting board is in one place, the meat marinating tray is in another, and the ice bucket for drinks is somewhere else. Cuisinart combined all 3 into one single item, and Costco is selling it for $14.99. The body of the tray is made of food-grade plastic combined with premium silicone, which can be collapsed flat or popped up into 3 different levels depending on your needs, expanding up to a 4.6-gallon capacity when you need to hold drinks with ice. It comes with a sturdy lid and a built-in drain valve at the bottom, meaning that after the barbecue, you don't have to tilt the entire tray to dump the melted ice water out. The market price for equivalent product lines is around $35. Buying it at Costco saves you over $20 on something that truly does more than one job. For anyone who frequently hosts weekend outdoor barbecues, this is the kind of gear that will make you wonder why you didn't get it sooner. There is one item in the prepared food section that a lot of people are tossing into their carts because it looks refreshing and convenient. But when you calculate the actual price per ounce of shrimp, that number tells a completely different story. 7. Kirkland Shrimp Ceviche Salad. Costco just added this item to the deli department this summer. But if you are a foodie or are prioritizing nutrition at this age, this dish will be a disappointment. Authentic ceviche must use raw shrimp, letting the acid from the lime juice cook it naturally to preserve the crispiness and natural sweetness of fresh shrimp. Here, the shrimp is completely pre-cooked before being tossed into a mix of onions, cilantro, and lime juice. After sitting for hours in a highly acidic environment on the shelf, the shrimp meat becomes mushy, rubbery, and completely loses its inherent natural sweetness. The bigger issue is that it's nearly $12 a pound, but most of the weight you're paying for is heavy lime juice and vegetables. The actual amount of shrimp in the tray is much less than you think. And for those who are focusing on protein at this stage in life, this is not a place where it's worth spending your money. 8. Pyrex Glass Storage Set. Pyrex just released a 12-piece pastel set at Costco this week for $29.99. If you are still using plastic containers in your refrigerator, now is the time to reconsider. Storing tomato sauce just once will permanently stain the container walls, and odors seep into the plastic no matter how many times you wash it. That simply doesn't happen with glass. The most practical feature of this set is that it can go straight from the freezer into the microwave or oven without having to transfer the food to another dish. The next generation rubber gaskets on the lids provide a tighter seal than older Pyrex lines, making them perfect for prepping weekly portions ahead of time without worrying about spills when stacked in the fridge. Getting 12 pieces in various sizes for $29.99 is a price point that is very hard to find anywhere else for this brand. 9. Method Toilet Bowl Drops. The Method brand takes a completely opposite approach compared to traditional cleaning brands. Instead of a strong, overwhelming chlorine smell every time you flush, this line of toilet bowl drops uses eucalyptus and mint essential oils to create a pleasant scent without making enclosed bathrooms feel suffocating. More importantly for many households, the formula contains no chlorine-based bleach, making it safe for older plumbing systems and harmless to pets if they happen to come into contact with the bowl water. A 4-pack for $14.49 is a reasonable price for a brand that is typically sold at higher price points at supermarket chains specializing in natural products. For families with young children or pets, this is a more practical alternative to standard chemical tablets without having to pay a premium. 10. Kirkland Disinfecting Wipes Lemon. Antibacterial wet wipes sound like something that makes total sense to buy in bulk at Costco, until you understand how they lose their effectiveness. Unlike dry paper towels, the alcohol and cleaning solutions in wet wipes constantly evaporate, and the evaporation rate increases significantly during hot and humid summer weather. After being opened and closed a few times, the plastic lids on these containers no longer seal completely airtight, accelerating that process even further. The real-world issue is that if your family doesn't use them constantly at a high frequency, the 2 or 3 containers sitting at the bottom of the box will dry out completely before you even get a chance to open them. You aren't actually saving money when buying in bulk, an item that has a practical shelf life shorter than you think. At $19.99, buying 1 or 2 individual containers elsewhere and completely using them up before purchasing more is a much more practical choice than bringing a whole bulk box home. 11. Shark Turbo Blade XL Tower Fan. This year, Shark brought the Turbo Blade XL Tower fan line to Costco with a design feature that standard fans simply don't have. The proprietary articulation joint allows for a flexible transition from a traditional vertical tower fan to a horizontal blower without needing to purchase any additional attachments, making it convenient for rooms with different layouts or when you need airflow directed a specific way. The ultra-slim air vent system optimizes airflow, pushing air further and more evenly compared to standard tower fans in the same price bracket. On the official Shark website, this model is currently retailing for nearly $300. Costco is holding the price at $159.99, meaning you save over $140 instantly without having to wait for a sale or apply a coupon. For those peak hot weeks of summer when you don't want to run the air conditioning all day, this is a price that is hard to find anywhere else for a quality fan line from Shark. Did you know that indoor air during the summer is actually more polluted than outdoor air? This next item is the reason why more and more families are changing the way they think about that. 12. Shark Breathe Clear Air Purifier. The Shark Breathe Clear just hit Costco shelves this week at $249.99, whereas it was retailing for $400 when it first launched online, meaning you save $150 instantly without having to wait for a sale or apply any coupons. Most air purifiers on the market come with a hidden cost that buyers often overlook at first. Depending on the model, periodic replacement filters cost anywhere from $30 to $80 and need to be replaced every 6 to 12 months, meaning that after a few years, you've already paid an amount equivalent to the original price of the machine. The Breathe Clear completely eliminates that cost from the equation because its filter is designed to last up to 60 years. The machine automatically scans air quality 3,600 times per hour and traps 99.98% of fine dust, microplastics, pollen, and pet dander. Summer is typically the time when allergy symptoms are at their worst because windows are opened more frequently and pollen counts are higher. So for families with seasonal allergy sufferers or pets indoors, this is the smartest time of the year to buy. 13. All Free and Clear Laundry Detergent. All Free and Clear has long been a familiar choice for households with sensitive skin, but this Mighty Packs Plus version is a formulated upgrade exclusively for Costco, not the regular stuff you see at other supermarkets. The difference lies in the fact that its stain-fighting power has been significantly boosted compared to the original version while still retaining the inherent gentleness that All Free and Clear users chose this product for in the first place. For families who run multiple loads of laundry every week, the cost per load is a number worth looking at. The Mighty Packs Plus costs only about 19 to 20 cents per load, which is even lower than Tide's equivalent product line. It sounds small, but with the average laundry frequency of a family of 4, that gap adds up to substantial savings over an entire year without having to compromise on quality or safety for sensitive skin. This is the kind of product where buying in bulk at Costco actually makes sense because you will use it all up before worrying about expiration. And every single purchase is another price gap compared to Tide going right back into your pocket. Dyson has a competitor at Costco this week at just 1/6 of the price, and people were standing there comparing the two side by side for quite a while before making a decision. 14. Conair Hairdryer. A $300 price tag for a hairdryer is an amount that makes many people look and put it right back down, even though they know full well that a Dyson is worth the money. This week, Costco has another option right on that same shelf for just $49.99. And best of all, it features the exact same anti-frizz ionic technology. Ionic technology is the very thing Dyson has used as its main selling point for years, controlling moisture during the drying process so that hair doesn't end up dry, frizzy, or tangled afterward. Conair integrated that exact technology into its latest line this year, and the result is that users get a similar blowout experience without having to pay an extra $250 just for the brand name on the machine. The ultra-lightweight design is a detail few people mention when comparing these two lines, but it is something that long-time Dyson users actually highly appreciate, especially those with long hair that requires consecutive minutes of drying. At $49.99, this isn't a compromise. It's a practical choice for anyone who wants great results without paying a premium for the brand. 15. Burt's Bees Facial Mist, Summer Fruit Edition. Burt's Bees is a brand that many people have long been familiar with for its trustworthy natural products. But the Summer Fruit Scented Facial Mist Edition that just hit Costco shelves this week is a notable exception you should skip. The fragrance content in this set is significantly stronger than in standard Burt's Bees lines, and that is exactly what sensitive skin will react to the moment it is exposed to harsh sunlight. The precise condition under which anyone buying a summer facial mist will use it the most. Additionally, the volume of each bottle in the set is quite small, and when you calculate the cost per ounce, the $22.99 price tag for these 4 bottles is much higher than a single large-sized facial mist from specialized dermo-cosmetic brands. You are paying for pretty packaging and a fruity scent, not for what your skin actually needs during the summer. Simple Mills is a brand that, if you've ever seen its prices at Whole Foods, you'll understand right away why this next item is worth stopping for. 16. Simple Mills Almond Butter-Filled Nutcracker Bulk Box. Finding a snack that is both healthy for yourself and tasty enough to please the grandkids on weekends is no easy feat. And the large-sized Simple Mills box that just arrived on Costco shelves this week is one of the few that checks both boxes. This brand is notoriously expensive at health food supermarket chains due to its ultra-clean ingredient list. It's gluten-free, made from a blend of almond and sunflower seed flour, and naturally sweetened. The almond butter filling in the middle is rich and low in sugar, which won't cause blood sugar spikes, making it very friendly for those who are focusing on cardiovascular health and managing their glucose levels. Instead of buying those small individual boxes at exorbitant prices outside, this 30-count portion-controlled pack version at Costco for $15.99 is easy to toss into your gym bag, keep in your car's glove compartment, or bring along on a picnic without having to measure out individual portions. 17. Bormioli Rocco Glass Carafes. Stopping by a coffee chain every morning to grab a cold brew or a fruit tea runs you about $5 to $7 each time. And Bormioli Rocco just gave you a reason to put an end to that habit. This set of 2 glass carafes imported from Italy is priced at $24.99, less than $13 a piece. and comes with an included micro-mesh stainless steel filter core that allows you to cold brew your own coffee, green tea, or fruit detox water overnight right in the fridge without any gritty residue. The solid glass imported from Italy does not retain odors like plastic bottles do, meaning you can brew coffee today, wash it, and steep lemon tea tomorrow without any flavor crossover. This is a point that anyone who has used plastic bottles for years knows the difference all too well, especially when brewing beverages with distinct aromas like coffee or herbal teas. Placing these on a family dinner table or at a backyard BBQ looks significantly more upscale than what you actually paid for them. At less than $13 for a European standard multi-purpose carafe, this is a price you won't find at any other kitchenware store. 18. Brio Nugget Ice Maker. Restaurant-style pellet ice is something that anyone who has tried it knows the difference. It's softer, easier to chew, and chills drinks faster than regular ice cubes. The Brio Nugget does exactly that job, and the design looks quite nice, but $249.99 is a price tag you need to think twice about before pushing it into your cart. The machine has a capacity of 44 pounds of ice per day, a number suited for a bar or a family that uses ice at a very high frequency. For average households, that amount of ice is more than necessary to the point where you will have to dump out excess ice regularly. There are currently other Nugget Ice Maker models on the market with significantly softer price tags. There is no absolute need to pay $249.99 if this is just something used for weekend family gatherings. Costco's new arrivals are always full of surprises, but shopping smart is the best way to take care of your family and optimize your budget. Just by avoiding those 5 underperforming items we just went over, you have already saved a significant amount of money to reinvest into more meaningful value for your family. Costco dropped 30 massive deals this week, and at least half of them are items you're currently overpaying for elsewhere without realizing it. Watch this entire video before your next Costco trip, because some of these deals will disappear before the weekend. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. On Spire 550 X6 burner gas grill. If you're thinking about upgrading your grill before summer, this is exactly the time to pull the trigger. Costco has the Spire 550X marked down from $489.99 to $389.99, saving you $100 instantly on your first purchase without waiting for year-end sales or hunting for coupons. What makes this grill stand out isn't just the price, but what you actually get. Solid 304 stainless steel, 62,000 BTUs of power, enough to cook for a massive backyard party, and a spacious 762 square inches of cooking space so you can load up ribs and chicken at the same time without constant rearranging. For comparison, a Weber Genesis of similar quality usually runs around $1,000, meaning at $389.99, you're getting an equivalent setup for less than a third of the cost. Now that the grill is set, if you need something to keep your energy up for a long day outdoors, this next item is worth a stop. 2. Celsius Sparkling Energy Drink 18-pack. Celsius isn't your average energy drink, and that's why this price is a bigger deal than you think. The MetaPlus formula in every can is designed to boost metabolism and support calorie burning, with zero sugar and no preservatives, and it's perfect for anyone trying to stay on track with their fitness routine during a busy summer. Costco is currently selling the 18-pack for just $17.99 instead of $23.99, which breaks down to exactly $1 a can. That might sound ordinary until you realize outside retailers sell the same 18-pack for up to $54. 3. Acer Aspire 3 15.6-inch touchscreen laptop. At $399.99 at Costco this week, the Acer Aspire 3 is one of the most solid tech deals you can find at this price point. And it's not just because it's $100 off its original $499.99 price. It packs an AMD Ryzen 5 processor, 16 GB of LPDDR5 RAM, and a 1 TB SSD, meaning it boots up in seconds, handles multiple tabs without lagging, and gives you plenty of storage for everything without needing an external hard drive. The smooth Full HD touchscreen is a major plus for anyone who prefers interacting directly with the screen over using a mouse. What makes this deal truly worth the money is that compared to a similarly priced Dell Inspiron 15, which only offers an older Gen 512GB SSD, you're getting double the storage at better speeds. 4. Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier 30-Pack. With the summer heat and increased activity, proper hydration is way more important than just chugging plain water. Liquid IV uses CTT technology to deliver hydration to your bloodstream 2 to 3 times faster than water alone, combined with B vitamins and vitamin C to support both hydration and all-day energy. In this massive deal, Costco is selling the 30-pack for just $20.99, down from its previous price of $28.99. That number becomes even more impressive when you realize a 10-pack goes for up to $14.99 at Walmart or Target. Speaking of daily health, this next product is 30% off and is something your dentist always reminds you to use, but the everyday price is usually hard to swallow. 5. Philips Sonicare Advanced Clean Electric Toothbrush 2-Pack. This is a product most people know they need, but put off buying because the price is rarely budget-friendly. Until now, with Costco offering the 2-pack for $69.99 down from its original $99.99 price this month. Meanwhile, smart toothbrushes with phone apps sell for up to $300 on the market without necessarily cleaning any better. Sonicare's Sonic technology removes up to 1,000% more plaque than a manual toothbrush and improves gum health by up to 500%. Numbers that come from independent clinical studies, not just advertising. 6. Country Archer Beef Sticks 28 Count. Finding a healthy snack that actually tastes good and is convenient can be tough, but Country Archer proves you don't have to compromise. Made from 100% grass-fed organic beef, gluten-free, and with no artificial MSG, each stick delivers a high dose of protein to keep you full between meals so you don't reach for junk food. During this promotion, Costco is selling the 28-count pack for just $12.59, compared to the original price of around $18. What makes this deal hot is that organic grass-fed beef usually commands a premium at specialty grocery stores, but at Costco, their massive buying power brings the price down so low it's a total no-brainer. 7. Red Bull Energy Drink 24 Count. Red Bull needs no introduction, but how you buy it matters more than you think. Most people buy single cans at convenience stores or gas stations whenever they need a boost, wasting money without noticing because it's just one small purchase at a time. Costco is selling the 24-pack for $31.99 this week, and if you do the math, the savings compared to buying them individually outside are massive for the exact same quantity. With summer coming up, bringing road trips, afternoons outdoors, and moments where you need instant alertness, this is the smartest time to stock up all at once instead of hitting the convenience store every time you run out. Red Bull keeps you sharp, but this next product helps maintain your energy in a healthier way and is nearly 31% off right now. 8. Cliff Z-Bar Organic Granola Bars 36-pack. Not every energy bar gives you lasting fullness and steady alertness throughout the day, and that's why Z-Bar is the go-to snack for many families during a busy summer. The organic whole grains inside prevent sudden blood sugar spikes followed by a crash, making them perfect to toss into backpacks before heading out, bring on hikes, or keep in a drawer for long afternoons. Originally $21.99, Costco has dropped the price to an all-time low of just $15.29 through July 19th. Right after this nutritious snack is a personal care deal that few people think to stock up on, but it saves you $4 compared to the regular price in a single purchase. 9. Gillette Ultimate Protection Deodorant 5-pack. This is the type of product most people buy one stick at a time without ever calculating how much they spend annually on a daily essential. Gillette Ultimate features 72-hour continuous dry tech protection, a quick-drying clear gel formula, and leaves no yellow stains on clothes, features that consumers usually have to pay a premium for. The previous original price was around $16.99, and Costco is currently selling the 5-pack for just $12.59, saving you nearly $4. This breaks down to just over $2.50 a stick, whereas buying a single Gillette Ultimate at a regular grocery store often costs up to $7. This certainly isn't a deal that will excite you instantly, but it's the kind of silent savings that add up over the year. keeping way more cash in your wallet than flashier deals. 10. Poppy Prebiotic Digestive Soda 18-pack. There is an interesting paradox that healthy things usually don't taste good, but Poppy is breaking that rule in a way many major brands have yet to master. Natural apple cider vinegar and prebiotics are built into every can to support your digestive system while keeping sugar at an absolute minimum. Notably, this brand is growing fast and getting harder to find at a good price elsewhere because small retailers simply don't have the bargaining power of Costco. Originally $23.49, Costco is holding it at $17.99. And with the brand's rapid growth, this kind of pricing will become increasingly rare, even at Costco, in the coming months. If you think the beverage section is done, there are actually a few more deals on today's list that save you even more than what we just mentioned. 11. Donut Shop K-Cup Coffee 80 count. If you have a Keurig machine at home, this is the time to stop buying small boxes every time you run out because that method costs way more than you think. The original Donut Shop is a favorite K-Cup line for its medium, full-bodied traditional coffee flavor, neither harsh nor weak, perfect for the morning commute or a midday pick-me-up. Originally $44.99, Costco is selling the 80-count box for $35.99 during this markdown. The $9 difference might sound small, but for a consistent staple like coffee, this is the ultimate compounding savings. 12. Miss Vicky's Kettle Chips 30-pack. Miss Vicky's aren't regular chips, and frequent buyers notice the difference the moment they open the first bag. The kettle-cooked method means frying in small batches instead of a continuous industrial line, resulting in a noticeably thicker, crunchier texture than standard chips, the kind that delivers a distinct crunch instead of melting in your mouth. The 30-pack features a mix of flavors so you won't get bored all week, making them convenient for work lunches or movie nights at home. Originally $17.49, it's currently down to $12.49, while outside brands of similar kettle chip quality typically cost more. 13. Vita Coco Coconut Water 18-pack. Coconut water is one of the best natural hydration options for the summer because the potassium and minerals inside require nothing from a lab. And Vita Coco is an organic brand trusted enough that you don't need to read the back label before buying. What few people notice is that premium brand name boxed coconut water is rarely affordable elsewhere, while Costco, with its massive negotiating scale, is keeping this 18-pack at $18.19, down from its original $23.99. This is a perfect item to buy in bulk since summer demand only goes up, and outside prices can never compete with this rate. 14. Frito-Lay Classic Mix Variety Snack Pack 30 count. 30 single-serve bags from the most familiar names in your pantry are individually portioned, making this a single purchase that solves your snack needs for the entire week without a second thought. It's convenient for school lunches, handy to pack for picnics, and perfect when you just want a midday snack without opening a massive bag and accidentally finishing it. Originally $17.79, it is currently sitting at $12.49 during this run, a price gap that buying individual small bags elsewhere would never give you. 30 snack bags are enough for the week. But up next is a personal care deal that few people know Costco has at its lowest price of the year right now. 15. Old Spice Swagger Deodorant 4-pack. Some products survive for decades not because of advertising budgets, but because they actually deliver on their promise, and Old Spice Swagger is one of them. The signature masculine scent, combined with an aluminum-free, dry-feeling stick formula, is why many users see no reason to switch brands, no matter how many new options hit the shelves. The 4-pack normally runs $15.49, and Costco has it at $10.99 this month, meaning you're grabbing the whole set for a price that might not even buy a single stick elsewhere. 16. Island Way Sorbet 12-pack. Bring an Island Way box to a backyard party, and you'll see people pause to look before eating because each sorbet portion is served inside a real fruit shell, looking like something carefully prepped at a restaurant rather than pulled from your freezer. That's why the $9.99 price for a 12-pack is so noteworthy, considering $14.79 was already a reasonable price for this product, and Costco is slashing it by more than 32% during this promotion. 17. Palm Wonderful 100% Pomegranate Juice. Costco is selling the 64 fluid ounce bottle for $8.99 down from its original price of $11.99. And what matters isn't just the discount, but what you're actually getting for your money. This is 100% pure pomegranate juice with a high natural antioxidant content, the kind of beverage many cardiologists actually recommend, not because of marketing, but because of the clinical research backing it. What makes this worth considering is that the exact same size bottle at specialty health food stores usually costs $1.50 more, and it isn't any purer than what you're holding in your hand right now. 18. Kinder Bueno Wafer Bars. The 20-pack has an original price of $16.99, and Costco has it marked down to $11.99. But that number is only part of the story. Kinder Bueno is an imported brand with stable pricing over the years that rarely sees a markdown of nearly 30%, so frequent buyers won't need to hesitate when they see this at Costco. The 3 layers of flavor in one bite, crispy wafer, rich hazelnut cream, and a milk chocolate coating, are why this brand has maintained a massive loyal fan base for decades without needing constant promotions like its competitors. 19. Lesser Evil Organic Popcorn. The question Lesser Evil asked from the start was why popcorn needs industrial seed oils and synthetic additives when pure coconut oil works completely better and cleaner, and the entire brand was built on that answer. Each bag satisfies exactly what you want from a snack without leaving you feeling heavy afterward. Something specialty organic popcorn brands outside always charge significantly more for in much smaller quantities. In this massive deal, the previous price was $14.99, and Costco has deeply discounted it to $10.99 for the 28-pack. The clean snacks are covered, and today's final item is America's ultimate classic comfort food, sitting at a price that will have many people grabbing a few extra boxes the moment they see it. 20. Annie's Homegrown Mac and Cheese. Summer lunches when the kids are home all day are a puzzle many solve by spending more time at the stove than necessary. And Annie's exists exactly to change that. This isn't your average mac and cheese. The organic ingredients are noticeably cleaner than mainstream brands, while the cook time is just a few minutes, creating a meal that both kids and adults instantly approve of without any convincing. The 12-pack normally runs $16.99, and Costco is dropping it to just $11.99 during this run. This $5 difference might not seem like much, but for a staple you buy repeatedly all summer, it compounds into a more significant number than you think. 21. Sun Gold Kiwis. Summer is when yellow kiwis taste best, and Costco is selling this box for $5.99 down from its original price of $8.99. A significant price gap for a fruit that boutique grocery stores typically price much higher due to its premium nature. Sun Gold kiwis differ from regular green kiwis because they have a sweeter, less tart flavor and a noticeably smoother, softer texture, which is why many people try them once and never want to go back to the old kind. Rich in natural vitamin C and easy to eat for both toddlers and adults, this is the type of fruit you buy and find gone faster than you think. 22. Nutella and Go 16-pack. The dual-compartment cup design of Nutella and Go is something everyone recognizes instantly. One side features crispy breadsticks, and the other holds rich, creamy cocoa hazelnut spread right next to each other, requiring no dishes, knives, or spoons. This is the kind of snack you toss into a bag before leaving the house without a second thought, handy for school lunches, road trips, or simply keeping in a drawer for long afternoons when you need something sweet. The 16-pack normally runs $16.49, and Costco has it at $11.49 during this run, whereas buying them individually outside would cost significantly more for the exact same quantity. 23. Jimmy Organic Roasted Seaweed 20 count. Not many snacks are low-calorie, rich in natural minerals, and deliver a satisfying crunch all at once. But roasted seaweed hits all three, and Jimmy Organic is the top certified organic brand in this segment. The 20-pack has an original price of $9.99 and is sitting at $7.49 at Costco, while health food stores typically sell equivalent brands for significantly more money and way fewer sheets. Low sodium and zero synthetic additives make this a snack choice you can hand to your kids without reading the label first. 24. Dr. Pepper Can Pack. Dr. Pepper packs a unique caramel flavor profile that no other soda can replicate, which is why the brand has coexisted alongside Coke and Pepsi for decades without needing to compete directly. A 24 to 36 can pack is the perfect size for backyard BBQs or weekend get-togethers when you need enough for the whole crowd without having to run out for a refill midway through. The original price is $16.49, and Costco is selling it for $11.99 during this promotion, a solid discount compared to what you'd pay elsewhere. And if you're thinking about prepping food for the entire week, this next product is a single purchase that covers multiple meals at a price significantly lower than normal. 25. Tyson Grilled and Ready Chicken Strips. Tyson is a household name that almost every American family has had in their freezer at least once. And that's no coincidence because consistent quality and quick prep time are the two things busy dinners need most. The 48-ounce unbreaded bag locks in the natural chicken flavor and packs more protein than standard breaded lines, making it perfect for both main dinners and a quick ingredient for salads or wraps. The previous original price was $16.99, and it's currently marked down to an all-time low of $11.99, while equivalent quality frozen chicken brands at regular grocery stores usually cost more for less product. 26. Heinz Simply Tomato Ketchup. Simply is Heinz's clean line made from real tomatoes with no artificial dyes or synthetic preservatives, something the brand's standard version doesn't offer. The 3-bottle pack is enough to last through the entire summer BBQ season without worrying about running out mid-party. And this is the kind of condiment you buy once and forget about until you see the last bottle running low. It normally runs $13.99 at Costco, but during this promotion, it's down to $9.79, whereas buying individual bottles of Heinz simply at a regular grocery store always yields a higher total cost. 27. Pepperidge Farm Goldfish Crackers. 45 individual single-serve packs might sound like a lot, but if you have kids in summer school, you know exactly how fast that number disappears. What few people notice is that goldfish are baked, not fried, and contain no artificial preservatives or flavors, a standard many competing kids' snack brands fail to meet, despite charging higher prices. Originally $12.99, Costco is selling it for $9.69 during this run, whereas the same quantity bought individually at Target or Walmart typically runs anywhere from $15 to $17 depending on the week. 45 packs of goldfish are a wrap, and right next to them is a yogurt brand that frequent buyers know never hits this kind of pricing under normal circumstances. 28. Noosa Yogurt. Noosa's signature velvety smooth texture comes from a small batch crafting method using natural probiotics, and that's something industrial assembly lines fail to replicate no matter how hard they try, which is why this brand always commands a premium over most options on the yogurt shelf. The 12-pack has an original price of $9.49, but is now on the markdown list for just $6.39, while buying individual Noosa tubs at Whole Foods or Kroger usually clocks in around $2 to $2.50 each. Rich in gut-friendly probiotics with plenty of flavors for the whole family, this is the type of yogurt where once you get used to the texture, it's hard to go back to standard brands. 29. Cape Cod Kettle-Cooked Potato Chips. The small batch cooking method is more time-consuming and costly than a continuous assembly line, but it delivers a thick, hearty crunch that loyal Cape Cod fans describe as the reason they can never go back to regular chips. The 30-ounce bag has an original price of $7.39, and Costco is holding it at $5.39, while the exact same Cape Cod kettle line at Stop and Shop or Publix often runs up to $7.49 for a much smaller bag. This is the kind of chip you open up for guests without saying a word because the crunch speaks for itself. And if you followed along this far, the deal closing out today's list is something nobody expected, but it makes the most sense for a summer afternoon by the pool. 30. Big Joe Kona Noodle Pool Float. It's no accident that Big Joe is the pool float brand frequently talked about in outdoor and backyard pool communities across the U.S. Their premium foam material maintains a comfortable buoyancy without deflating or hardening after weeks under the continuous sun. The mesh hammock design allows water to flow through, keeping you noticeably cooler than standard solid floats. Sitting at a regular price of $21.99, Costco is running a deal dropping it to just $17.99, while the same Big Joe Kona line at Amazon or Target frequently runs up to $30 and rarely goes on sale during peak season when demand is highest. If you buy just the items on this list of 30 deals instead of buying them individually outside, the savings are enough to pay off almost your entire Costco membership fee for the year. That's not a rough estimate. It's just simple math from the exact prices you just saw. This new wave of product arrivals at Costco is a golden opportunity to upgrade your living space and liberate yourself from kitchen chores at unbeatable prices. And if you're even a week late, they might already be gone. From kitchen appliances and patio gear to wellness essentials, warehouse prices are currently hundreds of dollars below market value. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Tenneco Floor 1 S5 Smart Cordless Wet Dry Vacuum. Costco just put the exclusive blue edition of the Tenneco S5 on its shelves. It comes bundled with 2 bottles of specialized cleaning solution and 2 replacement brush rollers. Extras you won't get on Amazon or Best Buy, even if you pay more. This machine tackles 3 tasks in a single pass: dry vacuuming, wet mopping, and self-cleaning the brush roller once you place it on the dock. Your hands never have to touch a dirty mop pad. Anyone currently using a Swiffer and constantly replacing pads month after month will immediately see the value here, as it completely breaks that costly cycle. The warehouse price is $219.99, while the exact same model on Amazon is running nearly $350 without any of the bonus accessories. That $130 price difference, plus the bundle of freebies, makes this one of the biggest price gaps between Costco and Amazon I've seen this round. The Blue Edition is a warehouse exclusive, so if you see it on the shelves, don't wait until next week to come back for it. 2. Koho 55-quart Ice Chest Cooler. If you've ever looked at the price of a Yeti cooler and wondered why a cold storage box costs as much as a TV, Koho just answered that question for you. At 1/3 of the price of a Yeti, it keeps ice frozen for 5 consecutive days under the summer sun. What sets this cooler completely apart from those flimsy $20 plastic ice chests you always see at Walmart is its pair of oversized molded rubber all-terrain wheels and the V-shaped pull handle. You can pull it through sand, roll it across bumpy grass, and haul it up and down hills without needing anyone to help lift it. For families who love camping, going to the beach, or simply hosting backyard BBQs, $79.99 for this cooler is a 10-year investment. This next new product could completely eliminate a fixed recurring expense your family pays every single month. 3. Kohler Aquifer Undersink Water Filtration System. Kohler just rolled out the Aquifer system that installs neatly under your sink. It utilizes a 3-stage carbon fiber filtration technology to remove 99% of bacteria, microplastics, and lead while preserving natural minerals. The Costco version also comes with an auxiliary stainless steel faucet and a year's supply of replacement filters, 2 items that would cost nearly half the price of the system if purchased separately elsewhere. It's just a one-time cost of $119.99. No more lugging heavy cases of bottled water from your car into the house every week, and no more constantly replacing Brita filters only to have the water trickle out. Considering the $15 to $20 you're currently spending on bottled water each month, this system will pay for itself in less than half a year. 4. Dyson Purifier Cool Gen 1 Purifying Tower Fan. Dyson is never cheap. Everyone knows that. However, this Gen 1 version was manufactured by Dyson specifically for wholesale clubs, and Costco is selling it for $299.99, whereas appliance stores on the high street are still holding prices above $400 for equivalent models. This device is not just a fan. The medical-grade HEPA filter inside removes 99.97% of fine dust and pollen, 2 things that turn summer into absolute misery for anyone with allergies or asthma. It runs so quietly that you can place it right by your bedside without being woken up in the middle of the night. For families running the AC all night just because they dread the heat, adding a tower fan to circulate the cool air will prevent the AC unit from having to work overtime. Your summer electric bill will be noticeably lighter, and the bedroom air will be much cleaner than running the air conditioner alone. 5. Theragun Relief Handheld Percussive Massager. Therabody has also just launched the new relief version with an accessory bundle that you cannot buy anywhere else, including 3 specialized massage attachments for the neck and lower back, along with a premium carrying case. Outside, whether it's Best Buy or Therabody's own website, this line of massagers almost never goes on sale and doesn't include any free gifts. The difference between the relief version and the more expensive Theragun lines lies in the ergonomic triangular handle that Therabody designed specifically for solo use. You can reach the mid-back, back of the shoulders, and lower back without twisting your body or asking anyone to hold the device for you. The device is ultra lightweight, so your hand won't get tired even after holding it for a long time, making it perfect for anyone who frequently suffers from muscle stiffness after gardening or driving long distances. The price at Costco is $149.99 for the authentic device with the exclusive accessory bundle. For anyone looking for a Father's Day gift, this is an option that is hard to pass up because Theragun rarely has a better deal than this. The next product will solve the biggest nightmare that anyone using an air fryer encounters. 6. Anova Precision Oven. Steam Air Fryer. Air fryers are a great invention until you fry chicken breast for the 3rd time and realize the outside is crispy, but the inside is dry as paper. Reheating leftovers is even worse. Yesterday's pizza slice comes out of the air fryer as hard as a cracker. Anova solves exactly that pain point by adding a separate water tank to the air fryer. During the first few minutes, high-pressure steam injects a mist to keep the inside of the food juicy. After that, the convection heat system activates to crisp up the outer layer. The result is a crunchy exterior while the interior remains tender and moist. The 7-quart capacity is plenty for a family of 4 or more. The water tank is detachable, making it very easy to clean. The price at Costco is $179.99, nearly $70 cheaper than ordering directly from the Anova website. If your family uses an air fryer daily but is still not satisfied with the results, this is the most worthwhile upgrade under the $200 price point. 7. Braun Series 9 Sport Plus Electric Shaver. Costco has just cleared out the old $250 shaver line to replace it with this new Sport Plus line for just $199.99. A straight $50 discount right at launch is very rare for Braun at Costco. This is a product line that once won an award from Men's Health magazine. It handles both wet and dry shaves, so you can use it in the bathroom or while sitting on the sofa. The battery runs continuously for 60 minutes on a full charge, and if you forgot to charge it the night before, the 5-minute quick charge mode is still enough for a clean shave in the morning. 8. Globe Electric Outdoor Sconce with built-in outlet. Many older homes share a common struggle that few people talk about. The front porch and backyard areas have almost no outdoor electrical outlets. Every holiday season, if you want to hang decorative lights, you have to run extension cords from inside the house. If you want to charge a lawnmower or plug in a fan on the porch, you have to drill into the wall to run wires. Globe solves this neatly by integrating an electrical outlet right onto the body of the wall-mounted light. The light comes with a built-in dusk-to-dawn sensor that automatically turns on when it gets dark and turns off when it gets bright, so you don't have to remember to flip the switch every night. At $39.99, it includes both the light and the outlet. No electrician needed, no extra holes to drill. Early buyers are rating this product very highly, and I understand why. 9. Coda Solar Faux Rock LED Pathway Lights. If you are paying the electric bill for those old wired garden lights, this light set will completely cut that expense. Coda has completely upgraded this new version compared to the previous generation. The brightness is pushed up to 80 lumens per light. The tempered glass lens can withstand lawnmower wheels rolling over it. And the new generation solar battery keeps it illuminated continuously for 10 hours every night. The 4-pack is priced at $29.99, and each light is molded into a natural rock shape so that during the day it blends right into the lawn. When night comes, the backyard pathway lights up automatically without you having to run wires, install switches, or remember to turn it on and off. Just stake it into the ground and forget it. The sun takes care of the rest. If you are buying individual juices at Kroger or Target, the price difference of this next product might make you a bit upset. 10. Palm Wonderful Organic Pomegranate Juice. Anyone who is drinking pomegranate juice every day to support cardiovascular health and stabilize blood pressure should know that Costco just got a 2-pack of large pom. Wonderful bottles are located in the main aisle cooler section. It is easy to walk right past and miss if you aren't paying attention because it just hit the shelves. This is 100% pure organic pomegranate juice with no added water, no preservatives, and no sugar. Many types of pomegranate juice sold in stores say pomegranate juice on the label, but are actually diluted with apple juice or grape juice to make them cheaper. Pom. Wonderful does not do that. There is only pomegranate and more pomegranate in the bottle. It is $12.49 for the pair of large bottles. Buy it once and use it all week for the whole family. 11. Ninja Foodie Power Blender Ultimate System. How many blenders do you currently have on your kitchen counter? A blender for smoothies, one for crushing ice, and maybe an extra food processor too. Ninja packs everything into a single system that includes a large 72-ounce pitcher for the whole family, a single-serve smoothie cup to go, and a specialized bowl with a built-in tamper to make peanut butter or grind meat without needing to add water. The 1,600-watt power paired with a 6-blade assembly crushes ice cubes into snow in 5 seconds. It is $149.99 for the entire 3-container system, whereas buying equivalent individual appliances separately would cost you double or more. The kitchen is cleaner, your wallet is heavier, and you only have to wash 1 machine instead of 3. 12. Kirkland Signature Savory Nut Mix. If you are paying $8 to $9 for a small jar of premium seasoned nuts at Whole Foods, you need to know that Kirkland just released a new version for $11.99 in a jar 3 times larger. Crunchy roasted cashews, almonds, and pecans are seasoned with minced garlic, rosemary, and a touch of mild cayenne pepper. The moment you open the lid, you can smell the roasted garlic right away. The biggest difference compared to those trail mixes sold all over the place out there is the extremely clean ingredient list, no grease and not too salty. It is rich in high-quality protein so you can snack on it at night with peace of mind. The huge jar can be shared by the whole family for a week. Not everything new on the Costco shelves is worth the money. The next product I need to warn you about before you waste an innocent $30. 13. Cascade Mountain Tech Self-Inflating Sleeping Pad. Cascade Mountain Tech is a well-known outdoor gear brand at Costco, and many of their past products have been very much worth the money. However, this new self-inflating pad at the $29.99 price point is a disappointing exception, and I need to make this clear before you spend your money just because you trust the brand name. The first problem lies in the one-way valve system. The advertisement says self-inflating, but in reality, you have to wait nearly 20 minutes for the pad to inflate itself, and after all that waiting time, the final thickness is less than 1 inch. Lying on it, you can still clearly feel every pebble and every bump of the grass underneath. But the worst part comes when it's time to pack up. The waterproof PVC layer is too thick and stiff, making rolling it up to squeeze all the air out a real wrestling match. And when you finally finish rolling it, the included carrying bag is sewn too tight. Shoving the pad inside is like trying to stuff a bed pillow into a mailing envelope. An outdoor product that makes you more tired than the camping trip itself is not worth $29.99. Walk straight past it. 14. Green Pan Non-Stick Baking Sheet Set. If you are worried about PFAS in your cookware, now is the time to replace your old baking sheets. Green Pan uses a Thermolon ceramic coating that is completely free of PFAS, PFOA, lead, or cadmium. The set includes 3 baking sheets of different sizes, heat-resistant up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit, featuring a luxurious cream color, and they are easy to wash. The price point is $24.99 for the entire 3-piece set, whereas a single equivalent Green Pan sheet at Target costs nearly that much already. The safe cooking trend is rising very strongly, and Green Pan is one of the leading brands, so if you see it on Costco shelves at this price, you don't need to think twice. And the trash can I am about to talk about is receiving straight 5-star reviews, and the reason is not what you think. 15. iTouchless 13-gallon odor. Absorbing sensor trash can. In the middle of summer, food scraps in the trash can start to smell after just a few hours. This new trash can from iTouchless solves exactly that pain point with an Absorb X odor filter integrated right under the lid, neutralizing odors at the source so you no longer have to rush to take the trash out every night. The new generation infrared sensor opens the lid when you bring your hand close and closes gently and quietly after 5 seconds, which is very convenient when you are in the middle of cooking and your hands are covered in grease but you don't want to touch the trash can. The stainless steel exterior is fingerprint resistant, so the surface of the can is always clean and shiny without needing to be wiped down. It's $39.99 for a trash can that, once you use it, you will never go back to the step pedal type again. 16. Amalu Paleo grilled chicken strips with herbs. For anyone who needs clean protein but doesn't want to stand in the kitchen, this is something you should keep stocked in your refrigerator. The chicken breasts are marinated in Mediterranean herbs, including rosemary, thyme, and garlic, and are grilled using a moisture-locking technique. Therefore, when you reheat them in the microwave or air fryer, the meat remains tender and juicy, rather than dry and stringy like those industrial packaged chicken breasts. Antibiotic-free and paleo-certified, you can use it right after opening the package. Quickly shred it into a Caesar salad for lunch, sandwich it in bread for breakfast, or warm it up to serve with dinner rice. When the summer is hot and you are too lazy to cook, this pack of chicken breasts can replace an entire cooking session. 17. Nordic Ware Pizza Pan Set. The price is $19.99 for two 16-inch pans, and the subtle point lies in the fact that Nordic Ware gives you two different styles in the same set. One is a traditional smooth flat pan used for thick, soft crust pizzas. The other is a perforated pan that allows hot air streams to contact the bottom of the pizza directly, creating a crispy crust that you usually only get at professional pizza restaurants. Made of natural aluminum with no harmful non-stick coatings, it is safely heat-resistant up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven or broiler. Anyone who regularly makes homemade pizza on the weekend for the family will immediately notice the difference when switching from a regular baking sheet to a perforated pan. The bottom layer of the pizza is no longer soggy in the middle. A small note is that the manufacturer recommends hand washing instead of putting them in the dishwasher to preserve the shine of the aluminum for a long time. 18. Tefal Infrared Surface XXL Air Fryer. If the air fryer at your home has been used for a few years and is starting to fry unevenly, leaving the surface crispy but the inside still cold, then this is an upgrade worth considering. Tefal completely gets rid of the convection fan technology of older models, replacing it with an 1,800-watt dual infrared heat system. The heat penetrates deeper and more evenly, so the food's surface does not dry out like traditional frying methods. The capacity is 6.3 quarts, spacious enough to fit a whole 12-inch pizza without needing to cut it into small pieces first. It features 10 preset modes for those who do not like to monitor the temperature manually. At $129.99 for a family of 4 to 6 people, this is a reasonable price if you are using an air fryer daily and want better results without spending extra time standing in the kitchen. Next will be two health products that anyone over the age of 40 should know about, and both are much cheaper than you think. 19. U-Theory Advanced Collagen Tablets. Once you step past the age of 40, joint cartilage begins to thin and the skin gradually loses its elasticity. That is a natural occurrence that everyone has to face, and collagen supplementation is one of the most popular ways to slow down that process. U-Theory has just upgraded their flagship collagen line by adding premium vitamin C and biotin, two ingredients that help the body absorb collagen types 1, 2, and 3 more maximally compared to the old version which contained only plain collagen. The large 390-tablet bottle is priced at $23.99, but here is the noteworthy part. Costco frequently offers manufacturer coupons for $5 off instantly at the register for this product, bringing the actual price down to under $19 for nearly 400 tablets. If taken consistently every day, this bottle lasts for more than 2 months, meaning it costs less than $10 per month for both your joints and skin. 20. Kirkland Signature Organic Flax and Chia Blend. The newest rookie at Kirkland's healthy dry foods aisle solves an inconvenience that many people accept living with every morning. Instead of having to buy 2 separate types of seeds, drag out a blender to grind them with all the hassle, and then clean up, Kirkland packs both flaxseed and chia seed into a single jar, pre-ground to a perfect fineness and ready to use immediately. Just drop 1 spoonful into your morning smoothie glass, mix it with oatmeal, or sprinkle it over a salad without changing the texture or flavor of the dish. Omega-3, fiber, and plant-based protein are abundant in every spoonful, supporting both your digestive and cardiovascular systems while you barely notice any change in your familiar meals. Under $9 for a large jar that can be used for a whole month, this is the simplest way to supplement nutrition that I've seen on Costco shelves this round. The next 3 products are all under $25, compact yet surprisingly useful, starting with a bath towel that knows how to transform. 21. 2-in-1 beach towel and tote bag. It's $10.99 for a large 40 by 72-inch beach towel that also folds and rolls up into a compact tote bag. It sounds simple, but anyone who frequently goes to the beach or pool in the summer will immediately understand its value. Instead of bringing a separate towel and a separate bag, which takes up all the space in your car trunk, this towel combines both functions into a single item. When spread out for lying down, it is spacious enough for an adult. When the session is over, just roll it up, and it transforms into a shoulder tote bag to carry home. The material absorbs water well and dries quickly, so it won't get a musty odor if you forget to hang it up right away. The price is just over $10, so buying 3 or 4 of them for the whole family to bring along on every trip still costs less than $50. Cheaper than a regular beach towel set, yet multiple times more convenient. 22. Clever Made Aloha Collapsible Totes. This bag solves a very practical problem that many people encounter. You need a large, sturdy bag for grocery shopping, going to the beach, or tossing random items in for every road trip, but when not in use, it takes up space in the house or the car. Clever Made designed the Aloha totes to fold completely flat when not in use, making them paper thin so you can tuck them into a car glove box or the gap behind the back seat and completely forget about them until needed. The size is larger than typical tote bags, the fabric is thick enough to handle heavy items, and the carrying straps are wide set so they don't dig into your shoulder when carried. It is not completely waterproof like those dry bags, but in terms of shape and durability at the $19.99 price point, it is very hard to find any better. The tropical Aloha patterns look vibrant, making them perfect whether you take them to the beach or into Costco for grocery shopping. 23. Melamine Lazy Susan with Lid. For families who often host backyard parties, welcome guests on weekends, or celebrate summer holidays, this is a small item that upgrades the entire party table. The turning tray is made of high-quality melamine plastic, which is durable, highly shatter-resistant, and dishwasher-safe, making post-party cleanup very easy. The feature that many buyers rate the highest is actually not the rotating tray itself, but the included lid. When hosting outdoor parties, insects are a nightmare, especially when you display finger foods or fruits on the table. This lid keeps the food clean while guests can still see inside to choose their dishes. The warehouse price is $23.99, and it is currently available in 2 colors, black and blue. If you are undecided, the blue color looks significantly more elegant and eye-catching when placed in the middle of the party table. The majority of products are worth the money, but not every item is suitable for every family. My tip is to choose 2 or 3 items that solve the exact problem you are facing instead of grabbing the whole list. Buying exactly what you need, that is true smart shopping at Costco.
My wife said 1 item. Costco said absolutely not.
Are you proud because you always fill your cart with Kirkland or manage to snag a few .97 clearance items at Costco? The truth is, you aren't beating them. Even though Costco intentionally loses hundreds of millions of dollars every year on 2 products, they still win. Because every time you walk in, 6 layers of manipulation trigger simultaneously. And odds are, you've never even realized a single one. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One, when everything you see, smell, and touch is calculated. Costco shopping carts are 4 times larger than regular grocery store carts. It's not just because of bulk packaging. The human brain has a very basic reflex. It hates seeing things empty. A massive cart with just a few lonely items inside triggers a feeling of not enough, and you keep dropping items in until the cart looks reasonable. Not reasonable for your actual needs, but reasonable relative to the size of the cart. This is why you walk in to buy 2 things but end up at the checkout lane with 12. Tip for your next trip. If you only need to stop by for 1 or 2 items, skip the cart. Just walk in empty-handed. Your 2 hands can only hold so much, and that is the best natural barrier against impulse buying. But the carts are just the first layer. What happens the very first second you walk through the door is what decides how much you spend on the entire trip. When you walk into Costco, the first thing you see is the electronics department. 65-inch TVs, laptops, sound systems. All products are priced from $500 to over $2,000. This isn't just a display area to sell tech. This is a price anchoring tactic. The principle is very simple. The first number your brain takes in becomes the reference point for every number that follows. When your eyes just scanned a $1,500 TV, a $79 air fryer suddenly seems insignificant. A $39 pan set feels like it's practically free. At that moment, your brain isn't comparing $39 to the price of a pan at Walmart. It's comparing $39 to the $1,500 TV it saw 3 minutes ago. Then comes the part that frustrates many longtime shoppers the most. Costco has no aisle signs. Merchandise constantly shifts locations from week to week. A product you saw in aisle 3 last week might be in aisle 7 this week. This isn't an organizational failure. This is a tactic that Costco internally calls the treasure hunt, forcing you to wander, search, and, in the process, stumble upon things you never intended to buy. A limited edition bottle of whiskey. A kitchen knife set that appears and disappears, with no telling when it will be back. Retail industry research has confirmed that this tactic increases store revisit frequency by 26%. And when you aren't sure if a product will be there next time, your brain triggers a scarcity response. You don't buy because you need it. You buy because you're afraid of missing out. And there is another sense being manipulated that you might not even realize. Costco always smells like baked bread, no matter which section you are standing in. The reason is very practical. Their bakery isn't tucked away in a closed room. Baking happens right in the middle of an open area, so the aroma wafts across the entire floor. The sense of smell connects directly to the emotional center of the brain. The smell of baked bread isn't just selling bread. It creates a state of comfort, familiarity, and warmth. And when you are in that state, your financial guard drops. Your hand reaches for products more easily. Buying decisions happen faster. Your wallet opens wider without you even consciously realizing it. Costco also tricks your eyes with a simulated warehouse tactic. Bare concrete floors, exposed steel beams, industrial metal shelving, slightly dim fluorescent lighting. Merchandise piled high on wooden pallets instead of being neatly arranged on shelves. You walk into Costco, and everything looks like a raw, stripped-down warehouse, pinching pennies at every turn. And that is exactly what Costco wants you to think. Research from the Harvard Business Review confirms that consumer behavior is often driven by perceived value, meaning customers are willing to pay based on what they believe a product is worth, not its actual value. When you see concrete floors and wooden pallets, your brain automatically infers that Costco cuts decor costs to keep product prices low for you. You feel grateful. You believe you are getting a deal, and you check prices less often. But all of that still doesn't compare to the next tactic, because this tactic doesn't just make you want to buy. It creates a feeling that you owe it to them to buy. And it starts with a tiny piece of cheese on a sample tray. 2. Free samples. When a tiny piece of cheese creates an invisible debt. If you've ever looked at those weekend sample runs at Costco as a free lunch, let me be blunt. You aren't winning. Costco is winning, and they are actually winning big. First, you need to understand exactly who is handing out those samples. It's not Costco employees. They are third-party workers from companies like Club Demonstration Services. The entire sampling program is outsourced, and manufacturers pay to have their products appear on the sample trays. That free sample is actually a paid advertisement. The only difference is that instead of broadcasting it on TV, they put it directly into your mouth. But advertising money is just the surface layer. What happens underneath is what really matters. There is a psychological mechanism you've carried since childhood. And every time you pick up a sample, that mechanism kicks in without your control. Psychology calls it the principle of reciprocity. Give and take. When someone looks you straight in the eye, smiles, and hands you something for free, Your brain automatically triggers a deeply ingrained reflex from childhood. When someone gives you something, you must give something back. This is not a conscious thought. No one stands in front of a sample tray and thinks, they gave me a piece of cheese, so I should buy the box of cheese to return the favor. That doesn't happen at the conscious level. It happens automatically, underneath. You just feel a vague sense of obligation. And the fastest way to wipe away that feeling is to drop the product into your cart. Done. The brain settles the debt. You walk away, never knowing what just happened. The numbers are undeniable. Sales of sampled products jump by 2,000% on the exact day of sampling. Not 20%, 2,000%. A tiny sample turns slow-moving inventory into the best-selling item in the section in just a matter of hours. Costco even optimizes the timing. Saturdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the window with the most sample stations, the biggest crowds, and the highest social pressure. Weekdays have fewer stations and a less engaging experience. The weekend is when the whole family goes together. The carts are already massive, and the spending mindset is already relaxed. One tasty sample is enough to trigger the chain reaction. Taste it, like it, drop it in the cart, forget to check the price. And the most concerning part isn't just that you buy more groceries, it's that your entire behavior is being tracked and recorded to fuel the next wave of sales. Manufacturers track the exact conversion rate from samples distributed to products sold. How many samples were handed out and how many boxes were purchased afterward. This data doesn't just sit in a filing cabinet to be forgotten. It directly decides future shelf placement. Products that sample well get pushed to better locations, at eye level, where they are easier to reach. Products that sample poorly get pushed to lower shelves or disappear from the store entirely. In other words, when you grab that piece of teriyaki beef on the weekend, you aren't just trying the food. You are providing behavioral data to a multi-billion-dollar market research machine. And you are the survey subject, without anyone ever letting you know. But there are two products that keep you coming back to Costco time and time again. Costco loses hundreds of millions of dollars on them every year. And they do it completely on purpose. 3. When Costco intentionally loses hundreds of millions of dollars to pick your pocket. Costco sells over 150 million rotisserie chickens every year for $4.99. They lose money on every single one. CFO Gary Millerchip publicly confirmed an annual loss of $30 million to $40 million on this product alone. Many analysts believe the actual figure has exceeded $380 million. That $4.99 price tag has stood still since 2009, through inflation, a pandemic, and skyrocketing feed costs. To maintain that price without relying on outside suppliers, Costco poured $450 million into building its own poultry processing plant in Nebraska, controlling the entire chain from chick to roasting rack. A billion-dollar corporation does not burn money without reason. Every dollar lost on that chicken is calculated. Rotisserie chickens are always located at the absolute back of the store, never near the entrance. To get one, you have to walk past electronics, apparel, furniture, and packaged foods. Along that route, your shopping cart begins to fill up. This is the loss leader technique in the retail industry. Selling a product at a loss to draw customers through the entire floor and trigger a chain reaction of buying. I tried reversing the route, walking straight to the back to grab the chicken first, then heading right back up to checkout. The cart only had 3 items instead of the usual 12, a difference of $87 for a single trip, all just from changing direction. But the rotisserie chicken is only half of the equation. The second bait product operates on a completely different mechanism, the $1.50 hot dog and soda combo. This price hasn't budged since 1985. In 2025, Costco announced revenue from selling over 240 million combos across its entire system. The core difference compared to the rotisserie chicken lies in its location. The food court is not placed inside the shopping floor. It is located past the checkout registers. You have already paid. The receipt has printed, and right at that moment, the $1.50 combo appears like a small reward after the shopping trip you just completed. The brain records a very clear loop. You go to Costco, you shop, you pay, you get rewarded. The next time you return, it isn't necessarily because you need to buy anything else. You return because that feeling of being rewarded at the end of the journey has become a habit. The rotisserie chicken pulls you through the store. The hot dog rewards you after you check out. One at the beginning of the journey, one at the end. Two bait products sandwiching you in the middle. But Costco's price tags have hidden a system of secret codes right in front of your eyes for years. Codes that most shoppers have never been able to read. 4. The secret price codes of store managers. Costco has never publicized this. There are no instruction sheets hanging in the store. But the last 2 digits on every price tag at Costco are not random numbers. It is a sign language that store managers use to coordinate inventory. And most shoppers walk past hundreds of price tags every trip without ever being able to read it. An ending of .99 means original price. No discount, no promotion, no clearance. This is the price Costco has been selling it for all along. Many people look at a number on a Costco price tag, see that it's lower than the outside market, and conclude it's a deal. It's not. That is simply Costco's everyday price. No need to rush. The product will still be there next week at the exact same price. An ending of .97 is when it starts getting interesting. When a price ends in .97, the local branch manager has manually marked down that product. It is not a corporate decision. It is not an algorithm. A real person looked at the shelf and decided, this needs to go because stock is low. They need to clear space, or the product is about to be replaced. This is the deepest markdown at the store level, and there are absolutely no promotional signs announcing it. But here is an important warning. Do not automatically believe .97 is the best price. There are clearance items at .97 that are still more expensive than the sale price in the coupon book from a few weeks prior. A real-world example. A pan set goes on clearance for $37.97, while the previous coupon cycle sold it for $34.99. Anyone who buys the clearance without checking loses nearly $3 compared to someone who bought it during the sale. The way to check is to note down the item number on the price tag and search for it on Google Images. The old sale price usually pops up right in the results. It takes 30 seconds and saves real money. But .97 is not the absolute rock-bottom price yet. There are 2 other numbers that mean Costco is selling at the deepest loss possible. And when you see them, you don't even need to second-guess it. An ending of .79 or .49 is the rarest type of deal. This price applies only to one specific branch, usually because the product is selling slowly in that area or they need to clear the warehouse for a new shipment. The branch 15 minutes from your house might be selling it for .49, while the branch 30 minutes away still keeps the original price. If you happen to see .79 or .49 on a product you actually use, do not hesitate. An ending of .00 or .88 is the rock-bottom price. The ultimate liquidation price. The price cannot go any lower. It usually applies to display models, dented boxes, or products. Costco wants to clear off the shelves at all costs. If a product you use regularly appears with a .00 or .88 ending, that is the time to stock up without a second thought. And finally, the small asterisk in the top right corner of the price tag. Longtime shoppers call it the Death Star. The meaning is very simple. This product will not be restocked. Maybe the manufacturer discontinued it. Maybe Costco is switching suppliers. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that when the asterisk appears, the stock on the shelf is the final stock. Buy it now, or accept that the next time you come back, the shelf will be empty. The price tag is something everyone looks at every day but cannot read. But there is a brand at Costco that is misunderstood even more. Its revenue surpasses Nike, Coca-Cola, and Netflix. And most shoppers have no clue who actually manufactures it. 5. Kirkland Signature. You are paying extra for the logo. Kirkland Signature is Costco's private label. No TV commercials. No celebrity endorsements. No billboards on the highway. Yet its net revenue surpasses Nike, Coca-Cola, and Netflix when looked at as a single brand. Nearly 25% of all spending at Costco goes toward products carrying this label. The part that many shoppers don't know: Kirkland doesn't manufacture anything itself. The world's biggest brands ghost produce for them. And you are buying the exact same product at a significantly lower price, just because the packaging has a different name printed on it. Kirkland olive oil beats bottles 3 times more expensive in blind taste tests conducted by expert panels. Kirkland vodka is rated by many liquor experts as virtually indistinguishable from Grey Goose. Same production region in France, same water source, at half the price. Kirkland coffee is manufactured by Starbucks. A 2.4-pound bag under the Kirkland label sells for about $22. That same weight with the original Starbucks label shoots up over $52. That $30 price difference buys you exactly one thing: 9 letters on the packaging. Note: Starbucks has 9 letters, localized for accuracy while keeping the exact meaning. Kirkland batteries are manufactured by Duracell. Multiple engineering teardown videos have confirmed that the internal structures are nearly identical. A 48-pack of AA batteries under the Kirkland label is around $19.50. A Duracell pack only has 40 batteries but costs nearly $27.50. 8 fewer batteries, almost $8 more expensive. Kirkland diapers are manufactured by Kimberly-Clark, the same parent corporation as Huggies. A box of 168 Kirkland diapers sells for the same price as a box of Huggies that contains only 120 diapers. 48 fewer diapers for the exact same amount of money. Why does Costco never publicly confirm who manufactures Kirkland? Because the manufacturers are bound by extremely strict non-disclosure agreements. Legally, they are not allowed to reveal it. If everyone knew that Kirkland is actually Starbucks, Duracell, or Huggies under a different label, who would still pay top dollar for the original? So, when should you not buy Kirkland? When Kirkland has a sale tag, Kirkland is already 20% to 60% cheaper than the original name brands. When Costco adds a discount tag, the markdown is usually just a few dozen cents to $1, more symbolic than substantial. Don't let a sale tag on Kirkland create a sense of a rare opportunity. Kirkland's everyday price is already a deal. The sale tag is just an extra coat of paint. But there is another mechanism that explains why you keep coming back every year, even when you might not actually need to. And it starts with that $65 fee you pay right at the beginning. 6. The membership trap. $65 doesn't buy store access. It buys control over you. You pay $65 a year for a standard membership, or $130 for an executive membership with 2% cashback. Most people view this as a fee for the right to shop at great prices. But that is not how Costco views this money. Behavioral economics calls it a sunk cost. Once that $65 leaves your wallet, that money cannot be recovered. The brain immediately logs it as an investment and begins looking for ways to justify it. If you don't go to Costco regularly, that $65 becomes a waste. Therefore, you have to go more often, buy more things, all to make the money you already spent worth it. This is the exact same mechanism that makes you keep a streaming subscription for 3 months without opening it, or keep paying for a gym membership after only going twice in the first month. Canceling means admitting you wasted money. Keeping it at least leaves hope that next month I'll use it more. The numbers show just how effective this mechanism is. 90% of Costco members renew every single year. In the retail industry, a 70% retention rate is already outstanding. 90% is nearly unrealistic. In 2025, membership revenue reached $5.3 billion. And almost that entire figure is pure profit. Because Costco doesn't make much profit from selling merchandise. Their profit margins on goods are capped at 14% to 15%, much lower than the 25% to 50% margins of other retailers. The rotisserie chicken loses money. The hot dog loses money. Kirkland sells close to cost. Costco keeps prices as low as possible, not out of generosity, but because low prices are the reason you believe that $65 card is worth the money. And that card is where the real money flows in. The actual business model is selling goods so cheap that you believe the membership is the best investment and then making a profit on the membership itself. With the $130 executive membership, the math is very clear. To break even on the $65 difference compared to the regular card, you need to spend at least $3,250 a year at Costco. That's about $270 a month consistently, without missing a single month. Spend below that amount, and the executive card doesn't save you an extra dime. It costs you more money. 45% of Costco members are currently executive members. This group contributes 73% of total revenue. 3/4 of the revenue comes from less than half of the members. That is the group locked deepest into the sunk cost loop. So what should you do? It's not about canceling your membership. A Costco card still offers great value if used correctly. But clearly recognize that every time you drive to Costco, because I already paid the fee, I have to go to make it worth it, that is not a shopping decision. That is the sunk cost driving you. Only go when you have a specific list. Only buy what is on that list. And never let the $65 or $130 you already paid become the sole reason you step through the door. Costco still sells at great prices. Kirkland is still worth buying. It's just that from now on, you walk in with a different perspective. You know how to read the price tags. You know to skip the cart when you only need 2 items. You know to walk away after trying a sample instead of reaching for the product box next to it. You are still shopping at Costco, but on your terms, not according to their script. Don't rush to renew your Costco membership just to stand in line for a bulk pack of toilet paper or a $4.99 rotisserie chicken. The retail giant quietly changed the rules of the game this year, and if you don't know how to force this card to literally print money back into your wallet, you're the one losing out. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. One food court lockdown. Costco just rolled out a new policy that is causing a massive backlash on social media. From now on, you must scan your membership card before placing an order at the food court. No card, no food. Period. For decades, the food court was an area where anyone could walk in and grab a $1.50 hot dog combo without having to prove a thing. Neighbors would drop by for lunch together, and many people who never even owned a Costco card ate here regularly every single week. That era is officially over. But if you are a member, this is actually good news. Shorter lines, less crowding, and for executive card holders, every food court receipt now earns a 2% cashback reward. That $1.50 price tag hasn't changed since 1985. 41 years. Gas prices have gone up, housing prices have gone up. The price of everything in America has gone up except for this combo. The reason is very simple yet incredibly genius. Costco accepts taking a loss on every combo sold because its sole purpose is to drive foot traffic into the warehouse. Once you're inside, what happens? You walk past the TV section, you notice some cookware sets on sale, and you end up leaving with a heavy cart full of items you had absolutely no intention of buying when you walked in. And when executives once suggested raising the price of the combo, co-founder Jim Sinegal looked the current CEO dead in the eye and said something that later became the most famous legend in the American retail industry. He said, "If you raise the effing hot dog, I will kill you." He wasn't joking. He wasn't speaking metaphorically, and that price remains unchanged to this day. But there are perks at Costco that you can enjoy even without a membership card, and most people have no idea they exist. 2. The legal loophole at the pharmacy and optical department. A lot of people waste $65 every year on a Costco membership just because they need to go to the pharmacy to pick up a few prescriptions. That is a complete waste of money because, under federal regulations, Costco does not have the right to block you at the door if you are coming to use the pharmacy. How to do it is very simple. When you get to the door, tell the security guard that you are going to the pharmacy. They will let you pass. No card is needed, and no further explanation is required. Prescription drugs at Costco are often up to 50% cheaper than at CVS or Walgreens because Costco caps its markup on prescription medications at just 15% above the original cost, whereas other pharmacy chains have no ceiling at all. The optical department is similar. The optometrists at Costco operate independently and are not part of the membership system. You can walk in for an eye exam at a cost of $80 to $100, compared to $200 or more at private clinics outside. Flu shots are also free for non-members. And here is a tip that few people think of. You can absolutely get an eye exam at Costco to get your lens prescription, and then take that prescription to order glasses online on outside websites for a much cheaper price. Costco only requires a membership card when you purchase frames and lenses at their counter, but the prescription is yours, and you have the right to use it anywhere. For anyone considering whether or not to buy a Costco membership, take advantage of these services first to judge for yourself whether the savings are worth becoming an official member. But there is one specific item that they lose $40 million on every single year, and you have almost certainly bought it. 3. The $4.99 rotisserie chicken tactics. The $4.99 rotisserie chicken at Costco weighs at least 3 pounds. If you buy an equivalent chicken at any other supermarket, the lowest price would be $7 to $9. So why does Costco sell it so cheaply? Because that chicken is not the product. That chicken is the bait. Costco loses $30 million to $40 million every year on this rotisserie chicken alone. They know they are taking a loss. They calculated the loss, and they still continue to sell it at that price because it works too well. Have you noticed where the chickens are placed? Always in the absolute back corner, the furthest away from the entrance. Never in the middle. Never near the main aisles. To get to the chicken, you have to walk past the big screen TV section, through the clothing section, through the houseware section, and through the dry food section, and only then do you reach the fresh food section. And along that path, the average Costco customer spends 40 minutes in the store, which is double the time spent at a regular supermarket. Those 40 minutes are 40 minutes where you see dozens of things you had no intention of buying when you walked in. Costco even built a whole $450 million poultry processing plant in Nebraska just to control the entire supply chain from egg to rotisserie counter, ensuring that the chicken's price never goes up. But if you know this game, you can play it in reverse. Longtime Costco shoppers call this the chicken rescue mission. Go straight to the back of the store, grab the chicken, turn around, and head straight to the checkout counter. Don't look sideways. Don't stop. And if you are truly disciplined, a $4.99 chicken can become the ingredients for 3 to 4 meals. Shred the meat for a salad for one meal, make soup from the bones for another meal, and make sandwiches for one more meal. That is how you turn Costco's trap into your advantage. 4. The secrets of the Kirkland Signature Private Label. Every time you reach for a famous brand name bottle of olive oil instead of the Kirkland bottle right next to it, what are you paying an extra 30% to 50% for? For the label, for those TV commercials, for slightly prettier packaging, not for the quality. The essence of Kirkland Signature is this. Costco contracts directly with the biggest manufacturers in the industry. The very same factories that produce the brand name products you have been used to using your whole life. Kirkland coffee is roasted by Starbucks. Kirkland batteries are manufactured by Duracell. Kirkland diapers come from the exact same production lines as Huggies diapers. But because they don't spend money on advertising, don't pay middleman fees, and don't maintain a marketing team, the price of the finished product drops significantly. And Costco does not allow any manufacturer to disclose this relationship. The confidentiality agreements are extremely strict. Factory employees have been fired just for a slip of the tongue suggesting that the Kirkland product and the original brand name product come from the same place. The Kirkland line alone generates over $60 billion in revenue every year. That figure is larger than the revenue of many companies on the Fortune 500 list. All from products that many people still think of as cheap knockoffs. If you have never tried Kirkland, start with the olive oil or the coffee. Those are 2 products that have won blind taste tests against bottles that cost 3 times as much. You won't go back to your old brands. Kirkland helps you save money every time you buy. But there is a rule at Costco that, if you know it, you can even get money back on items you have already finished purchasing. 5. The power of double markdown price adjustments. Costco employees will never proactively call you to let you know that the vacuum cleaner you bought last week is now $50 off. They are under no obligation to do so. However, your membership card gives you the right to go back and claim that difference. Costco's policy explicitly states that if an item you already purchased goes on sale within 30 days of your purchase date, you can bring your receipt to the customer service desk to get a refund for the difference. No need to return the item. No need to buy it again. Even if you no longer have the receipt, you just need to hand your membership card to the employee to scan, and they can pull up your entire purchase history. The best part is when you understand the rhythm of Costco's markdowns. Major sales usually run on a 3 to 4 week cycle and almost always start on a Wednesday. If you just bought a big-ticket item last weekend, make it a habit to stop by the service desk on the following Wednesday or Thursday to check. Many people have pocketed anywhere from $20 to $100 back with just a single tap of their card, without even knowing the item had gone on sale. For those who frequently buy electronics, mattresses, or robot vacuums at Costco, this is a habit you should maintain. You lose nothing, but you can claw back a decent chunk of money. 6. The infinite return policy. There is a story circulating in the Costco community that sounds completely made up to anyone who hears it. A customer returned a Christmas tree in January because it died. Costco refunded the money. Another person returned a mattress they had slept on for nearly 10 years. Costco still refunded the money. It sounds crazy, but Costco's return policy truly works that way. Except for major electronics and appliances, which have a 90-day window, and diamonds, which have a 48-hour limit, almost everything else can be returned with no time limit. Clothes that don't fit anymore, after being worn for a few months, a furniture set bought for the living room that doesn't match, food that has been opened and sampled but you didn't like. All of it is accepted back. You don't need to keep the receipt either. Costco's system stores your entire transaction history under your membership card number, so just bringing the product to the service desk is enough. Of course, Costco is not naive. They track accounts and have revoked memberships of people who abuse this policy like a free rental service. Buying a camera to shoot a child's wedding and then returning it on Monday. Do that a few times and Costco will catch on. But for the average shopper, this policy makes every transaction at Costco virtually risk-free. Not sure if that blender is any good? Just buy it and try it out. If you don't like it, bring it back. It's that simple. But what I'm about to tell you next is something almost nobody knows, and it directly impacts your health. 7. The forgotten hearing insurance. Walk into any private clinic and ask for the price of a pair of hearing aids, and you will hear numbers ranging from $3,000 to $8,000. Some places are even higher, and that's before factoring in the fees for hearing tests, calibrations, and follow-up visits. Every time you go back for an adjustment, it's another fee. Many people ultimately choose to just live with hearing loss instead of shelling out that kind of money for a device the size of a finger. Costco sells the exact same premium lines from Jabra, Philips, and Sennheiser that those clinics are selling, but for $960 to $1,500 a pair. And that's not all. Free hearing tests, free calibrations, a 6-month return warranty, and if you happen to lose or damage them within the first 2 years, they will replace them once for free. There is another reason that rarely gets mentioned but is extremely important. Costco hearing aid center staff do not work on sales commissions. At outside clinics, the person advising you is the exact same person who pockets a percentage when you buy more expensive gear. At Costco, they don't. They are paid a fixed salary, so their advice is usually much more objective. If the $960 model is right for you, they will tell you straight up instead of trying to push you into the $1,500 one. 8. Home renovations through Costco, getting thousands of dollars back. Replacing a roof, installing a new HVAC system, remodeling kitchen cabinets. Anyone who owns a home in the US will eventually face these expenses, and each time usually means $5,000 to $15,000 disappearing in a matter of days. The most worrisome part is not just the money, but that you don't know whether the contractor you just called is overcharging you by 1.5 times. Very few members know that Costco runs a program called Home Services, where they partner with local contractors who have been thoroughly vetted for both licensing and insurance. When you sign a service contract through Costco, you get 2 things that you would never get by calling an outside technician. First, the contractors have been carefully screened, so the risk of poor workmanship or getting ripped off is significantly reduced. Second, Costco sends you back 10% to 15% of the contract value in the form of a Costco shop card. A new heating and air conditioning system costs around $10,000. Book it through Costco, and you get back a shop card worth $1,000 to $1,500. That amount is enough for your family to buy groceries at Costco for an entire quarter without spending another dime out of pocket. Executive members also get to stack an additional 2% year-end cashback reward on top of that contract value. The next time your house needs any major repairs, before opening Yelp or asking neighbors for technician recommendations, go to Costco.com and check the home services section first. Heating systems, roofs, kitchen cabinets, and even garage doors are all on the list. 9. The Costco travel portal, the Expedia killer. Hidden deep within the Costco.com website is a hotel, rental car, and vacation package booking system that most members have never even touched. It's Costco Travel. And the reason you should check it before any trip is very simple. Prices on Costco Travel are all-inclusive. Taxes, resort fees, Wi-Fi fees, and hidden fees, they are all included. There are no tiny print surprises popping up at checkout that jack up the total by $50 to $80 like Expedia or Booking.com often does. In addition to transparent pricing, Costco Travel frequently features deals like stay 5 nights, pay for 4, along with a Costco shop card worth up to $400 sent to your email after the trip. You can use that card for your Costco grocery run the following month, meaning the vacation you just finished directly subsidizes your family's meals for the next few weeks. Renting a car through Costco Travel also comes with an advantage that few other sites offer. The additional driver fee is usually waived, saving an extra $10 to $15 per day for families who want to split the driving on long road trips. Other car rental sites charge separately for this, and many people only find out when they arrive at the counter to pick up the car. If you hold an executive membership, the 2% cashback reward also applies to travel expenses booked through here. A $3,000 family trip means $60 cashback at the end of the year, plus a $300 to $400 shop card right after the trip. Add it all up, and Costco is practically paying you to go on vacation. Everything I just said is only running at half capacity if you are missing one factor. That factor lies within the card that most members are still hesitant to upgrade to. 10. The executive card math. Many members look at the $130 fee for the executive membership compared to the $65 fee for the Gold Star membership and think, double the money? That must only be for big spenders. That logic is completely reasonable, but it's wrong. The math is very simple. If your family spends $250 a month at Costco, your 2% year-end cashback reward will be around $60, which almost covers the $65 price difference between the two membership tiers. Spend $500 a month and that cashback reward jumps to $120, making the executive card upgrade practically free at that point. And if, at the end of the year, your 2% reward still doesn't cover that $65 difference, Costco will refund you the exact amount of the shortage. You lose nothing by upgrading. This is a form of reverse insurance that no other retailer in America dares to offer. In 2026, Costco even added new perks for executive members. Early store access 1 hour earlier on weekdays and 30 minutes earlier on weekends, exactly when the clearance items and the best seasonal goods are still fully stocked on the shelves. Plus, you get a $10 credit every month for same-day delivery orders over $150, which amounts to $120 in credits per year from this perk alone. If you currently hold a Gold Star membership and consistently stop by Costco every month, upgrading to executive is not a question of should I, but rather, why haven't I done it yet? There is a way that a small number of Costco members are quietly using to pull in $800 to $1,500 every year without spending a single extra dime. They don't talk much about it, but I will. 11. Doubling perks for family members. A lot of families are paying $65 every year to buy a separate Gold Star membership for a spouse, partner, or adult child. That expense is completely unnecessary because every Costco account comes with a free household card that most members either don't know about or misunderstand the requirements for. The rule is very brief. The secondary cardholder must be 18 years of age or older and must share the same residential address as the primary cardholder. When you go to the membership desk, the employee will cross-reference the address on the driver's license or state ID of both individuals. If they don't match, it is rejected immediately with no exceptions. But if you know the rules of the game beforehand, you can plan accordingly. Is your child about to turn 18 and head off to college? Take them to the membership desk to get the secondary card before they move out, while the address on their ID still matches your house. That card will follow your child to another state, and they can use it to shop at Costco normally without any obstacles. For a spouse or a relative who just moved in with you, update the address on the ID through the DMV website before heading out to Costco to get the card, avoiding a rejection at the desk. And here is the most noteworthy part for anyone holding an executive membership. All spending from the secondary card is pooled into the total sales volume of the primary account. Every time the secondary cardholder pays at Costco, their shopping cart is pushing you closer to the maximum 2% cashback reward milestone of $1,250 per year. A free card that not only cuts $65 in redundant costs, but also accelerates the cashback rewards for the entire family. 12. Stacking 4 layers of rewards at the same time. Most Costco members use their card just to walk through the door, buy their items, and go home. That is a single layer of savings. People who truly maximize Costco do not stop there. The first layer is the executive membership with a 2% cashback reward on all Costco transactions, plus the early store access privilege to pick through clearance items before the crowds arrive. The second layer is the City Costco Visa credit card. This card adds an extra 2% back at Costco, bringing the total to 4% back when combined with the executive membership. Pumping gas at Costco gas stations gets you 4% back. Dining at restaurants and booking travel gets you 3% back. There is no annual fee as long as you maintain your membership. The third layer comes from Costco Travel and Home Services. Book a vacation and receive a $300 to $400 shop card after the trip. Sign a contract for home renovations and get back 10% to 15% of the contract value in a shop card. Then, use those exact cards to go back to Costco and buy groceries for your family without spending any additional money out of pocket. The fourth layer is the service centers. Buying a hearing aid at Costco instead of an outside clinic saves you $2,000 to $5,000. Getting an eye exam costs $80 instead of $200. Buying prescription drugs is up to 50% cheaper than at CVS. Each amount sounds individual, but when stacked together over the whole year, the figure reaches thousands of dollars. These four layers run parallel to each other and do not cancel each other out. A family with an average spending level at Costco can completely pull in anywhere from $800 to $1,500 every year just by reorganizing their habits, not by spending more money. Don't just be a casual customer who hands over an annual fee. When you combine cashback cards, the 30-day price adjustment tool, and hidden services like home maintenance, your membership card will pay for itself. Costco just quietly restocked and changed its shelves without telling anyone. Some products even sold out completely just a few hours after hitting the shelves, but there is some Kirkland-branded product that I personally have to advise you to leave right there on the counter. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Kirkland Single Origin Extra Virgin. There is one number I want you to remember before buying any bottle of olive oil. 85%. According to food industry reports, that is the percentage of olive oil on the market today that is adulterated or fake. You pay for extra virgin, but actually receive oil that has been mixed with cheap oils, losing almost all of its nutrients and flavor. The new Kirkland Signature Single Origin olive oil that hit the shelves this week is different. Sourced from Spain, it comes in a dark glass bottle, which preserves the quality significantly better than a clear plastic bottle. Most importantly, it carries the PDO certification on the label, meaning it is an authentic, unblended product controlled from the growing region to the pressing process. The oil has a beautiful golden hue and a rich natural aroma, making it excellent for both dressing salads and cooking. At $16.99 for a 1-liter bottle, it sounds a bit higher than regular olive oil, but compared to brands with the same PDO standard at Whole Foods, the price there is easily double. On shopping forums, this bottle consistently receives 4.8 out of 5 stars and is frequently compared to much more expensive premium brands. This is easily one of the most noteworthy new products on Costco shelves right now. This is just the beginning because the next product is selling out so fast that many warehouses have empty shelves by the afternoon. And once you know the reason, you'll understand why. 2. Alaskan Salmon with Lemon Dill Butter Tavern Tray. This product has appeared in the fresh deli section and is selling out very quickly. Many warehouses end up with empty shelves right after the evening rush hour. Priced at $14.99 per pound, each tray ranges from about $25 to $32 depending on the weight. This is wild-caught salmon from the waters of Alaska, not farm-raised salmon. The difference is very clear. Farm-raised fish are often loosely fatty due to commercial feed, whereas wild salmon has firm meat fibers, a deeper reddish-orange color, and is significantly richer in omega-3s. The best part is that Costco chefs have already pre-placed herb butter medallions mixed with lemon and dill on top of the fish portions. You just bring the whole tray home, pop it into the oven for 20 minutes, and dinner is done. No seasoning preparation needed, and no fish cooking experience required. The lemon butter sauce helps the fish retain its moisture while baking and completely eliminates any fishy odor, which is what many people dread most when cooking fish at home. If you see this tray in the deli section, you should grab it right away because fresh items like this wait for no one. 3. Truly grass-fed, unsalted Irish butter. When it comes to Irish butter, most people immediately think of Kerrygold. But the truly grass-fed butter line that hit Costco shelves this week is forcing many people to reconsider. At $10.49 for a 4-stick box, It is about $2 cheaper per box than Kerrygold, yet the quality is highly comparable. The cows are naturally pasture-raised 95% of the year, and for the remaining time, they are fed a non-GMO verified grain diet. The naturally rich golden color of the butter is a sign that it is rich in vitamin A and omega-3s, not from artificial coloring. Anyone who regularly bakes or pan-sears will instantly recognize the pliable texture and highly premium aroma of this butter. On culinary forums, users consistently comment that truly grass-fed does not lag behind Kerrygold at all in terms of flavor, yet the price point at Costco is significantly more pleasant. If you are already buying Kerrygold, try switching to this line once to compare. 4. Kinder's Organic Gold Label Marinade Set. Kinder's is a household name that guarantees BBQ flavor in America, and this 3-pack gold label combo just hit Costco shelves right in time for the grilling season. It is $13.99 for all 3 large bottles, featuring hot honey glaze, Founder's Reserve, and sweet chili garlic flavors. The entire combo is USDA organic certified, containing no high fructose corn syrup or synthetic preservatives like cheap commercial sauces often do. The manufacturer used real honey, organic garlic, and organic chili peppers to create a natural thickness and clean sweet flavor. This is a limited edition, so once it runs out, it will not be restocked. As soon as this set hit the shelves, food channels shared numerous ways to marinate meat with this sauce line, and the product quickly made it into the top best-selling seasonings of the month. If you grill BBQ regularly throughout the summer, finding a comparable deal for 3 high-quality organic sauce bottles at $13.99 is incredibly difficult anywhere else. 5. Amalu Organic Chicken Burgers. Amalu has just released an organic chicken burger line that anyone on a heart-healthy diet should keep an eye on. It comes at an extremely reasonable price point of just $14.79 for an 8-count pack, breaking down to less than $1.85 per organic burger patty. Amalu uses clean, antibiotic-free chicken with no starch fillers and seasonings entirely from natural onions, garlic, bell peppers, and black pepper, resulting in high protein but very low calories. What many people worry about when switching from beef burgers to chicken is that the meat will dry out during grilling, but Amalu retains its moisture exceptionally well, even though it is breast meat. You can pan-sear or grill them on a grate with delicious results, and they cook very quickly straight from the freezer without needing to defrost beforehand. On organic food review sites, this burger line scores near-perfect ratings. At under $2 per patty for such high-quality organic burgers, this is a new product well worth trying if you want to eat lighter this summer while staying fully nourished. And the next product line will completely change the way you think about frozen pizza. 6. Antico Casa Frozen Pizza. Finding a frozen pizza at a major supermarket that is both delicious and healthy has never been an easy task. However, this direct import from Italy shatters that stereotype. While most frozen pizzas on the market are packed with sodium, commercial cheese, and soggy crusts, Antico Casa is imported directly from Italy. And when I read the ingredient list, I was truly surprised. The ingredients are minimalist and can be counted on one hand. Premium Italian flour that has not been sprayed with glyphosate like many other commercial flours, combined with extra virgin olive oil, natural tomato sauce, and authentic mozzarella cheese. The dough is long fermented and wood-fired before being flash frozen. So when you bake it at home, the crust puffs up, gets lightly charred, and turns perfectly crispy instead of becoming soggy like traditional frozen pizzas. At a price point of $18.99 for 2 large pizzas, it breaks down to less than $10 each. Many families have shared that this is the only frozen pizza that does not leave them feeling bloated or thirsty after eating, thanks to very well-controlled sodium levels. If you have ever been disappointed by frozen pizza and given up on it entirely, Antico Casa is well worth giving another chance. 7. Sonoma Blue Marble Jack Sliced Cheese. This is a cheese that I have never seen at Costco before, and once I tried it, I immediately understood why it is being highly sought after on the Costco app this week. Sonoma Blue Marble Jack combines rich, easily meltable Monterey Jack with a touch of blue cheese, just enough to give it character without being overpowering. The blue-gray veins in the cheese come entirely from a natural aging process, with no artificial coloring and no plant-based preservatives. It is a 32-ounce pouch of pre-sliced cheese for $9.99. You can use it to elevate a grilled beef patty, layer it onto burgers, or pair it with wine. All work beautifully. Seniors especially love it because the blue cheese flavor has been perfectly toned down, making it interesting without being harsh. If you are only used to eating cheddar or Swiss, Sonoma Blue Marble Jack is a very pleasant transition to try a cheese with more personality without worrying about it being too strong. 8. Roomy Chicken Bone Broth. No one wants to simmer chicken bones for hours in the middle of the summer heat, but skipping bone broth is a pity because it is an excellent source of collagen and amino acids for your joints and skin. Roomy solves that problem with an organic, cold-pressed chicken bone broth carton that is ready to use. It is only $11.49 for a 4-pack case. The product comes from free-range chicken raised with no antibiotics, and the bones are slow-simmered with organic apple cider vinegar to fully extract the collagen and nutrients. Completely free of additives and preservatives, and with the sodium levels kept low, this is a rare find among traditional boxed broths, since most are excessively salty. Clean Eating Magazine ranked this line among the boxed broths with the highest authenticity of the year. You just need to reheat it and add a little green onion to have a light, refreshing bowl of soup before your meal. 9. Lesser Evil Veggie Straws. Lesser Evil is a clean snack brand that has been famous for a long time, and their avocado oil veggie straws just appeared on Costco shelves this week at $6.39 for a giant family-size bag. The snacks are made from yellow peas, brown rice, and organic cassava. But what makes this line stand out completely is that the entire frying process uses pure avocado oil instead of commercial seed oils. As a result, when you eat them, you can feel a very pleasant, naturally crunchy and airy texture without that greasy feeling or a harsh aftertaste in your throat afterward. The sea salt flavor is perfectly balanced, savory enough to satisfy snack cravings without being overly salty. The ingredient list is also very clean, containing 0 trans fats and no added sugar, so you can have complete peace of mind letting young kids eat them or munching on them yourself while watching movies on weekend nights. On parenting forums, this snack bag is rated nearly 5 stars thanks to its transparent ingredient quality and very natural buttery aroma. At $6.39 for a bag large enough for the whole family to share, this is a very pleasant price point for an organic snack product where you can truly trust the ingredient list on the packaging. Finding clean snacks is already hard, but finding a clean, refreshing beverage is even harder. However, the next new product has 0 grams of sugar while still keeping you alert all afternoon. 10. Yerba Madre Organic Herbal Tea. Summer refreshing drinks are often the biggest sugar traps on supermarket shelves, and finding one that is both cooling and keeps you alert without being packed with sugar is truly not easy. Yerba Madre